Offense had not scored in 26 consecutive innings. Manny Machado took care of that in the first. A 2 RBI homer, just the fourth he's had in the first inning of a ball game, and that was going to be enough for the Orioles. Gabriel Ynoa, outstanding. He gave up 1 unearned run, 5 hits, 8 innings. He would get the win. The Rays taking the loss. The Orioles want to do it again. 2nd and 4 from Camden Yards. It's the Orioles on MASN, and welcome to the ballpark, a Friday night where the fans are recognized by the players in the beginning of the Fan Appreciation Weekend. Tampa Bay Rays and the Orioles, game 2 of this 4-game set. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne. Welcome. Orioles got rid of that for 26 innings. Got the runs in the first inning last night. It would be all that they needed. The offense still struggling here in the month of September to put up some runs. But last night, Ynoa enough to get it done. And we'll see if Ubaldo Jimenez can have one of the real good games. He's had them before against Tampa Bay. The announcement of the Orioles MVP. Not a real surprise at all. A breakout season for Jonathan Schoop, and he has been selected as 2017 Most Valuable Oriole. The numbers that he put up look like this on the way through the season. You see the 288, 263, and then he jumped in the middle in June and July. Outstanding averages. August, a good one. September, he has struggled a little bit now. The RBI production continued pretty consistent, especially June, July, and August during the dog days. He was driving in runs ahead of the pack for the Orioles. He leads the Orioles in average RBIs, runs, and is tied for first in game-winning RBIs. So, Jim Palmer, really not much of a question when you looked at production that it would be Jonathan Schoop.
No, and, Manny Machado, got off to the slow start, has more home runs, but, Jonathan, more home runs, higher average, more runs scored, runner in scoring position numbers up. If you need a double play turn, does it as well as anybody. And I can't tell you how important that is when, you got a runner in third and less than 2 outs and you need to get a double play. I don't care if the base is loaded first and third. Nobody does it any better. So, and then we saw the September the numbers, and the Orioles had a great start, 22-10, and he hadn't gotten a lot of days off. We saw it last year, 181 in the month of September, hit 4 home runs. The average a little bit higher this year, home runs down. So again, probably emotionally and physically tired. But he plays every game, and he comes with a smile on his face, and boy, you can't ask for any more than that. And
he is up there, tied for first in the American League in most games that he has played. A breakout year now. We'll see whether or not, like Adam Jones has done, whether Jonathan Schoop can continue the consistency that he's put up here, where he's now risen to a very high level.
Well, he has, and it's always hard to hit 30 home runs in a year, but can you get on base? So as we mentioned, walks are up, strikeouts. He strikes out a lot, same as last year. But I think he was listening to one of the interviews. He said, "Listen, I've tried to get better every year, and as good as I've been this year, I'm not satisfied." Boy, can you ask any more from somebody like Jonathan Schoop? A $50,000 investment. The Orioles have recouped that tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. So again, he's got a very bright future, and he's one of the great young players in baseball.
Buck Showalter pointed out today in talking about him, that's one of the things Buck put it in terms of he's an open player. He not only is looking for help, he comes in and asks for it. Mistakes get made in the field. He wants to know, what can I do better in at bat? What can I do better next time when I come to the plate? So for Jonathan Schoop, it is a very bright future, and congratulations to him for the Orioles MVP. Rays and Orioles getting set to go. We'll come back, take a look at the Rays lineup in just a minute. By Southwest. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Beautiful sunset from on high here at the ballpark. BGE Home, Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? 78 degrees, another summer-like evening. Humidity up there at 58%. Some clouds around the area and very little breeze. Here's the starting lineup for Kevin Cash's Tampa Bay Rays. KIERMAIER, DUDA, LONGORIA, Morrison, SOUZA Jr., and Dickerson. Ramos, Hechavarria is going to be in. Did not play last night. Daniel Robertson batting ninth. Logan Morrison on the road this year. 26 home runs. That leads the American League in home runs on the road.
And Ubaldo. So again, a lot of, the splitter probably the biggest pitch. But again, how do you get to throw it? Because you want it ideally to be a strike to a ball. At least the appearance of that. So again, can I get my two-seam fastball over? Throws about 52% fastballs, mixes them up. And again, looking for win number 7, coming off a very good appearance at a ballpark where the Orioles had nightmares all year long up in Yankee Stadium. Went 5 innings, got some early runs, left 6-1 after 5, only 3 hits, 1 run, and struck out 10 in his last start down in Tampa. Actually, it's going to be a hookup of Alex Cobb, who's pitching for the Rays. Just got out pitched 2-1 when he left, struck out 9 in that game. So, the Rays are very free swinging teams. If you get ahead, they're struggling for runs. He might have some success.
So Ubaldo gets ready to go with an 0-2 mark against Tampa Bay this year. He's 5-4 lifetime for the Orioles. Maybe the end of the season, but man, he's just reminding the guys in the other dugout who he's playing for. Take a look. The season must be closing in on the end. For Ubaldo, he comes in with a 114-116 lifetime record, trying to get back to 500 lifetime. And here at home this season, in 11 starts, he's gone 2-3. ERA at home exceedingly high at 7.34. So he will try and bring that down here. The other problem's been the home runs. He has given up a total of 31 home runs this season, and that is second highest in the majors right now, and a high for him in his career.
Yep.
First pitch is in there as Kevin KIERMAIER leads it off.
Yeah, really hasn't pitched a whole lot at home, and when he did his best game, Kansas City, no decision. So again, get ahead, try to get him to swing at your stuff. Don't have to throw a strike. I think the splitter allows him to be one of those classic guys, throw enough strikes to get him to swing at balls.
KIERMAIER had only 1 at bat in the ball game last night. KIERMAIER had played in every game since coming off the DL. So Kevin Cash wanted to give him a break in the ball game last night, and back in here in the starting lineup in this one. 1-2 delivery to him. KIERMAIER launches one to center. Adam Jones going back. Adam Jones on the warning track just at the end. KIERMAIER retired.
Yeah, take a look at the defense for the Orioles. MANCINI, Jones, and Austin Hayes out of Double-A Bowie. Out in right field, Machado, Beckham with the wisdom tooth extraction. He's back in the lineup. Scope, Davis, and then Caleb Joseph, the artiste behind the plate,
who has done well against Cobb, the opposing pitcher. 1 down, nobody on. Here's DUDA. Lucas DUDA, the power bat in the number 2 spot. He's their DH. He is 0 for 4 lifetime against Ubaldo. Added to the roster on July 28, 12 home runs, 23 RBIs. Since that time, they're the most on the Tampa Bay team over that time period since he came back on. So DUDA, like so many of these Tampa Bay Rays, struggling here in the final stages of this season. They've got a lot of offers in the lineup. And the pitch by Jimenez will be taken inside. 1 ball, 1 strike count. DUDA to be followed by Longoria. See the shift put on. StatCast powered by AWS. Ubaldo with a 1-1 pitch. That one to right center field. Adam Jones going back again. Lines it up.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah,
early couple of putouts.
Well, yeah, as you mentioned, and you mentioned it all year long. I mean, it was kind of a game plan early on. Play a little bit deeper, run out of room in this ballpark. Ball more lively. Home runs, all-time record. So you get to that ball quite easily, even though it was hammered. And yeah, there you go. And I'm sure that Wayne Kirby told him exactly where you need to play, but he's not going to give him credit, even though he knows how important Wayne is.
He's saying, I knew I was going to be over there. You didn't have to tell me that. And that's a lie, actually. 2 down, and here is Evan Longoria. Longoria will take it outside for a ball. Evan has had a couple of home runs off of Baldo. He's 7 for 22 with 2 home runs against him. The .279 career hitter against the Orioles won't add one here. Beckham, his former teammate, will make the play. And a real strong first inning. Ubaldo Jimenez survives an inning where he had given up 14 runs on the year. She sees everybody taking them out of the holder, so she says, hey, I'm a fan. I'm going to join in. What a cutie. Here the starting lineup for the Orioles. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Beckham, Machado, Schoop, Jones, Mancini, and Davis. Hayes, Alvarez, and Joseph. Austin Hayes, big start here, getting the chance in the call-up last 6, hitting .375.
Yeah, and they get to face Alex Cobb, and you can see the knuckle curveball, 33.7. Probably before the Tommy John 2015, missed the whole year. You would have probably seen the splitter in that percentile, but for whatever arm speed or whatever, he's gone to the knuckle curveball. Spin is in 2017, and he's used it very well. He's pitched well. You know, slow start. Coming again off the Tommy John, pitched very briefly in 2016, and then all of a sudden kind of back to where he used to be, very consistent. 1 earned run or less 4 of the last 6 games.
Tim Beckham gets to play his former team for the first time as he was out last night. Pitch will be taken up high. Played 87 games with them this season before coming over to the Orioles, and prior to that 151 games over the last 3 seasons. Came up in 2013. Made his debut at the major league level with the Tampa Bay Rays, and there you see the comparison with Tampa Bay with the O's.
Yeah, and I mean, red hot is about as, I don't know if he could be any better than he was in August. Slowed down here in September, but collectively the numbers very, very good this year. 22 home runs.
He'll take that one outside from Cobb. Get ahead on the count here, 2 balls and 1 strike. He was, of course, first round selection, 2008 June draft by Tampa Bay, and then decided here this season that they were willing to make the move, and the Orioles really benefited from that here in their push to try and get to the postseason. 2-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled back and out of play as Cobb came in on him a bit.
Yeah, they had a, you know, they obviously, when Beckham gets traded, the Rays play him for the first time, right? A lot of the writers writing about it. I thought Alex Cobb, he said, listen, we liked him. He was a good teammate, and when they traded him, we didn't get anybody to replace him. We got a minor league guy, so we didn't, who we got or who we didn't get didn't make us better. Pretty honest appraisal of what went on.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Delivery on the way by Cobb, and he'll strike him out.
Yeah, there's a split finger And again, it's kind of gone down, and of course he nods because he's seen him pitch. Played behind him. Here's the splitter. Bottom drops out. It's a little bit off. And there's your Mercedes pitch count. Quality pitch with 2 strikes.
Cobb, one of the slowest workers in all of baseball, so there'll be plenty of time to tell stories tonight. He averages 26.2 seconds between pitches. That's the highest of his career. Against the Orioles, he's 5-2. Excellent ERA of 2.5. He's had 11 career starts against the Orioles. Here in this ballpark, 6 starts, 3-1, a .74 earned run average here at Camden Yards, as he's worked 36 1/3 innings and given up 3 earned runs. Manny Machado, 1-0 count on him. Manny delivered the long ball that gave the Orioles all they would need.
Yeah, off Matt Andrees, just the ball in the middle of the plate. Hayes had hit a single to center, and all of a sudden it's 2-0. They'd add a double by Jones. Mancini single, and
went after one high, way under it. Towering fly ball. KIERMAIER in center field will put that one away, and Manny's retired.
Take a look at their defense. Of course, KIERMAIER, glove, platinum type of guy in center. Then you got Dickerson and Souza Jr. Left and right. Hechavarria at shortstop. Longoria Gold Glove winner. Robertson had got a couple hits, a walk. Logan Morrison, and then at first, and Wilson Ramos behind the plate tonight.
We have Jonathan Schoop. Jonathan had an 0 for 3 in the ball game last night. Even at this late date, he's continued to take extra batting practice. Not happy with the approach he's had at the plate of late. Told me, I'm just trying to find it again. Some reason just don't feel right. He's hitting .222 in the month of September, but what a year. 1-0 delivery on the way, and the ground ball towards third. Evan Longoria. He'll record the out, so both pitchers start out with 1-2-3 first innings. Logan Morrison will be coming up against Jimenez when we come back. .705 and all fans 15 and over will get the Orioles hooded sweatshirt. Final Saturday of the regular season, so don't miss out. Get your tickets at Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Orioles here at home continue to pile up some impressive wins. They have a 45-33 record here at home. This is where they have done the most damage. Valdo Jimenez will face Logan Morrison. Morrison, left-handed hitter, started the series out with an 0 for 3 in the ball game last night. Shift on against him. The off-speed delivery. Strike taken on the inside corner. Eric Cooper, home plate umpire. Pitchers usually get favorable calls when he's there. Yeah, Gabe Morales will be at first. Gary Cederstrom at second. And Fairchild is at third. Chad Fairchild fouled off at the plate. Got a piece of him.
Yeah, well, and Fairchild had at least my estimation, a kind of a pitcher's strike zone last night. Very consistent.
You know, maybe some balls off the edge of the plate. And again, that's his style. I think already we've seen the fact that Gary Cooper's going to, you know, he's a strike caller.
That's been the history.
Yep.
0-2 the count.
We also saw Noah be around the glove all night long last night for the Orioles.
Wow. Oh, hit him right in the backside. Nowhere to go on that one.
Yep.
And that's why Morrison kind of bends over like couldn't get out of the way. And that'll be the 5th hit batter by Jimenez this year.
Well, 1 for his last 29. Just not what you want to do, whether you're a Baldo. I mean, right above the right knee. I mean, look how far inside this pitch is. It just over rotates and misses by 18 inches.
So Steven Souza Jr. will try and move him around. He's smiling down there, so that just hides the pain rather than cry. Souza Jr. coming up. 1 for his last 28. 2 for his last 40. Yikes. Had an 0 for 3 last night up the middle. Beckham diving, can't get it. So that'll break that right away. And the Rays get runners on at first and second. Nobody out here in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, you think this ball is actually going to be a double play ball. It wasn't hit very hard, but Beckham maybe playing a couple of steps to pull. And you take a look right here, and boy, off the bat you think, but couldn't get to it. I mean, not even close. And all of a sudden, 1st and 2nd. I mean, we got this note, and we knew it yesterday. I didn't realize they're last in the major leagues in runs scored the 2nd half of the year. We knew it was low at 344. It's about a run and a third lower than the first half for the Rays.
Corey Dickerson, who, as we showed you last night, has had major 2nd half trouble since the All-Star break. Dickerson will go after the first pitch and foul it back. Last night, not many chances for either team. Tampa Bay went 1 for 5 in these situations. The Orioles went 2 for 3. Caleb Joseph will go out to have a word here with his battery mate. Kevin Cash, I was talking with him before the game plan, said there's no hidden secrets anymore. He said when we face a Baldo, we have success because we're patient. If we're not patient, this is true with any other pitcher. If we start chasing stuff that's out of the strike zone, we're going to be in trouble. So games we've played against him this year, we've made him throw strikes to us. And that's what they'll try and do again here tonight.
And then when he did pitch well in Tampa, he just got outpitched by Cobb, who's been pitching very well.
Dickerson 0 for 4 last night, 2 for 13 lifetime against Ubaldo. Ubaldo's starts have been against Tampa the first 2 real tough ones. He walked 5 in 3 1/3 innings in the first game, 3 runs, 3 hits. Second outing against him, he gave up 9 runs on 7 hits in 2 1/3 innings. So the first 2 starts really not good. The last one, he gave up just the 2 runs on 3 hits in 6 innings, and he struck out 9 Tampa Bay Rays in that game, but he would take the loss. As Jim said, that was Cobb, who was just that much better.
Yeah, and 62 out of the 99 pitches down in Tampa Bay for strikes. Well, we saw Noah last night when he did get in trouble, able to make a pitch. And that's what you're.
Dickerson, a ground ball to the hole, and that's going to go through for a base hit. Logan Morrison will be held. Hayes has shown the strong arm, and that ball was not very deep in the outfield in any event. So they've loaded the bases with nobody out here in the 2nd inning.
Got to take a look, and you know, and again, I mean, whether we're talking about it, highest ERA at home since '54. Doug Draybuck briefly pitched for the Orioles. Ubaldo leading the pack. Even Arrieta, of course, he's gone on to win a Cy Young. And I think the last time I looked, he pitched last night. 14 wins this year. Jose Mercedes back in 2001. So a couple of seeing eye hits into the outfield. Off the bat, you think maybe you get a double play. Nope, bases are loaded.
Ramos comes to the plate. He did not play in the ball game last night. Jimenez delivers to him. Ramos clocks one to left field, and they start with the salami. Way back and goodbye home run. On the very first pitch seen, he picks up his first grand slam of the season. And here in the 2nd inning, 4 up and now 4 in.
Well, that totals what they usually get for Cobb. He's only getting a little over 4 runs a game. So Wilson Ramos, missed all last year with the ACL tear. He's now hit 6 home runs and 16 RBIs in the last 26 games. Boy, this ball is drilled. I mean, two-seamer down and in, but ends up pretty much right down Broadway.
10 home runs, 30 RBIs. Bases are clear. That ball to center field, not deep. Adam Jones coming on off the bat of Hechavarria, and he will make the catch for the out. So a hit batter, 2 slow rolling singles, and then the not so slow rolling Ramos grand slam.
Well, you talked about it. I mean, 32 home runs now, career high for Ubaldo. I mean, you know, I mean, it's the 4th year of a 4-year deal. Yeah, he was, you know, he doesn't hold runners well. I mean, I think the Orioles, they had to have known it. All you had to do is look at his numbers. But the one thing that, and home runs across the board up, but the one thing I think that surprised me is the home run ball. Because he usually, because he can two-seam it, got the splitter work, and he didn't throw that many home runs. This year, an exception.
So 32 home runs surrendered by Ubaldo this season. Pitch on the way, and that'll be taken for a strike. For Ramos against the Orioles, 3 home runs this year, and he's picked up 9 RBIs this season against the O's. Here's Robertson batting 9th. He will foul that one off, 1 down and nobody on. There you see the runs allowed. First inning, 18 had been earned. This has actually been the worst inning for him. He has now surrendered 29 runs in the 2nd inning. That's more than any other that he's pitched in. 1-2 delivery on the way. Robertson down to third base. That's a fair ball. Manny unable to backhand that one. Rolls into the corner. Robertson's on his way to second base, and he'll go in with a stand-up double. He's 3 for 3 now in the 2 games.
Yeah, and again, I mean, now, I mean, 2 ground ball hits that you described as slow rollers. This one, again, it's a breaking ball up, so it becomes more pullable. And again, you're playing off the line because you're thinking, hey, you know, if you're Manny Machado, he's going to hit it to my left. That's what you do with the low pitches. So the grand slam exacerbates this inning, but a lot of seeing eye balls in command, maybe too much in the middle of the plate, something you know it didn't do a whole lot of last night.
That is hit number 4, all coming in this inning. Top of the order, KIERMAIER. Flied to center. He'll take the breaking ball in for a strike. And KIERMAIER gets a chance with a runner in scoring position, hitting only .212 in these situations this year. Robertson with pretty good speed at second base. KIERMAIER will take the pitch up high for a ball. And of course, one of the questions is this it for Ubaldo in an Oriole uniform? Will this be the final start that he makes? 1 ball, 1 strike count, and going for a long ball, missed it. 1-2.
Yeah, we always kind of kid it. It's kind of like you know, The Godfather. Every time you think you're out, they pull you back in. I mean, you know, not only the course of this year, he's a good splitter.
Down.
So the stuff when, you know, you can have some good fortune or you can make some good pitches. You know, the Wilson grand slam or Wilson Ramos grand slam. But I mean, this is what he did in New York, and he didn't throw a lot of first pitches to a very disciplined club with the Yankees, but he struck out 10 in 5 innings. So it's kind of an emotional roller coaster whether you're Ubaldo, because he does try hard. He's, I mean, in terrific shape. He's a terrific guy. You pull for him, but if you're trying to manage him or your pitching coach, you're going, you just don't know.
No. Well, this year not enough.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, no, I mean, well, that's how you get your ERA of over 7 runs a game, and you know, the inconsistency, you just can't live with that.
Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way. Good off-speed pitch and an 0-2 count. DUDA fly down to center field his first time up. This is the 8th Ray to hit here in the 2nd inning. DUDA with the struggles here this month, hitting just 148, but he has had 4 home runs. And this time he'll show him a fastball up and away.
Well, this is a huge out. I mean, you've already given up 4 more than you wanted to. And they want to have a 5-run inning, or maybe with his power, a 6-run inning. So get him out. It's all you can do, and then take your chances offensively against Cobb.
In the dirt, good stop made by Joseph. Holds the runner at second base, Robertson.
Yeah, I think those are the things that you hope from a veteran like Ubaldo, who 33 years old, is that okay, emotionally, you know, for a young pitcher, he'd be devastated. He's better. You know, he's done this before, given up 4 runs an inning. Get out. And
2-2 delivery, is strike 3 called in the inside corner. So Ubaldo gets the K, but 4 runs on the Ramos grand slam, and the Rays take a 4-0 lead. Baltimore, 500 for being selected, 500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Play Home Run Rich's scratch-offs and win up to $50,000 instantly. Learn more at mdlottery.com/homerun. With Ramos's grand slam, Rays are now just 1 home run shy of tying their club record of 216 home runs they set in 2016. And the Rays was really, Kevin Cash, we were talking about it for the game, they've become the modern day team. They're going to set a new record in home runs, and they've already established a record in strikeouts, and they and the Brewers are going to surpass the Major League Baseball strikeout record set by the Brewers in 2016. Home runs, strikeouts. That's it. Here's Adam Jones. Jones a 1 for 4 last night, goes after the first pitch, right field, long run. Souza not going to get there. Adam sees it fall in. Souza, nice pickup, gets it back in, and will hold him to a single.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a simple play, but you're trying to get back on the board, and he easily, and he chose not to, could have played that into a double. You know, I mean, again, you know, just like you're playing tennis, is it a top spin or a slice or whatever, but right here he reads the fact he's not going to catch it, what the spin's going to be, and keeps a single being a single.
So Adam Jones continues to pile up the hits. He is 10th in the league in hits, and the Orioles get the leadoff man on base. Adam Jones on at first, and here's Trey Mancini, career high 11-game hit streak. Throw over, and Adam back to the bag.
Yeah, he's got a really good move.
Stolen bases against him have been 14 out of 18 this year. Trey Mancini, 0 for 6, lifetime off Cobb. Pitch on the way, and that's going to be taken in the dirt. Nice stop made as Ramos got the body in front of it. For Adam Jones, with the base hit he picked up, 1,614. He has tied Brady Anderson on the all-time Oriole hit list for 4th place, going back to when the team came here in 1954.
Yeah, Cobb is already, and came in with 5, has 5 pickoffs in 2017.
That should be a base hit into right field. Adam read it. He'll make the turn, head over to third base. So a couple of bloops into right field, and the Orioles cover the corners. Nobody out here in the second.
Well, just think about how they got the run. Yeah, they got the grand slam, couple of ground balls, hit batter, even a double. So right here, right off the fist, trademarks it into right field. So now again, a 12-game hitting streak, 26 hits in the month of September.
Trey Mancini, such a consistent rookie season for him. And the infield will play back to get 2. Chris Davis will be at the plate. Chris is 2 for 20, lifetime off Cobb. Shift is on, but they got to play at double play depth, so a lot of room out there in right field. Pitch on the way to Chris. Steven Souza Jr. is about 2 steps away from having to buy a ticket. He is playing as deep as I've seen anybody play out there against Chris Davis or anybody else. Right back on the warning track.
Well, yeah, he can have a conversation with the ground crew.
Maybe go in there and get a little water. Runners off first and third. Davis a 1 for 3 in the ball game last night. Cobb's going to fall behind him 2-0.
I mean, Alex Cobb, he's a pretty accomplished pitcher. He's going to turn 30 in October, so he knows they gave him a 4-0 lead. That's a huge gift. A little unlucky to have first and third, but he cannot, even though the Orioles are going to try to change that, he cannot have a big inning here. Takes all the momentum away from a team that's really struggling for runs, the Rays.
2-0 count on Chris. Davis will take a strike. Chris is at 235 with runners in scoring position, significantly different than the overall average, hanging around that 215 mark. He's got a big chance here. He's also got a hole between at the shortstop side because the third baseman Longoria has got to play over near the bag with Jones off third. 2-1 delivery on the way, and Davis will swing through it. Cobb evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. With the win last night, the Orioles are now 7-6 against the Rays on the season. They have the 2 more games left to be played here. Then Buck Showalter's ball club will be heading on a final road trip where they will end up in Tampa Bay after 2 games in Pittsburgh. 2-2. Cobb to Davis, and it will Mitch. He wanted that one, didn't get it.
Really, yeah, it really did. I think again, maybe Eric Cooper a little bit more generous on balls in and up or off the plate, but height wise, you're going to have to throw it around the knees.
So 3-2. Runners at first and third. In the air to left, and that's going to go foul. Chris punching one the other way. Talked about the Septembers. They've been tough for a lot of players. Chris hitting only 138 this month, and with a couple of home runs. Orioles have been led here in September. The long ball, Beckham and Castillo both have hit 4. So a 3-2 count coming again. Alex Cobb, 10th best ERA in the leagues, what the Orioles are facing here. 3-2 runner not moving at first the last time, nor this time, and another one almost the same place.
Yeah, take a look at most players with 20+ home runs, and again, Machado, Scope, Jones, Davis, Mancini, Trumbo, and Castillo. The Orioles here, Jays of 2010, Yankees, and you go all the way to the Rangers, Blue Jays, and then the Orioles back in '96.
The Orioles really don't have anybody within a shot to get 20, somebody else, so they will not set a new mark. 3-2 for the third time, 8th pitch of the at bat, same place, a little shorter this time.
Yeah, I think the dilemma for Alex Cobb is, yeah, he's got the big curveball, but here in the second, can he throw it for a strike? Will he fool Chris Davis, who struck out 183 times? I know it sounds silly because he's hit almost as many home runs as anybody in baseball, but when you get in these jams, you're looking for guys you could strike out, and he's one of them. But that's only if you can make your pitch.
3-2 coming again, 9th pitch of the at bat. Chris will foul that one back over the screen. So Davis extending the at bat against Cobb, and just as the 2 pitchers, 2 starters, got through the first inning easily, Baldo Jimenez tacked for the 4 runs, 4 hits, and a lot of pitches in the second. Same thing's happening to Cobb pitch wise here in the bottom half of the inning.
Yeah, and it's really not command problems. I mean, he's just thrown him 3 fastballs. I mean, 3 years ago before the Tommy John, it would have been a splitter somewhere. Try to strike him out.
Again, a 3-2. Jones, Mancini, the base runners. Chris will take it, and he is on, and they're loaded.
Yeah, he thought he might have gotten the upper reaches at the strike zone. Great movement here. Watch this ball run back. But they call it high, and all you got to do is Wilson and Ramos bring it down into the zone, so you know it's a little bit high, and that loads him up.
So, same situation that Jimenez faced in the top of the inning. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Hayes coming to the plate. Austin Hayes, just an outstanding beginning to his major league career with the Orioles, and another chance at it. With the bases loaded, Orioles down 4-0, but they've got an opportunity to get those runs back in a hurry. In the air, left center field, going back, warning track. KIERMAIER, runner will tag and score. Coming in is Jones. 4-1, moving up Mancini. Hayes gets the RBI, sac fly.
Yeah, obviously would like to have done more, but got it out of the infield, didn't strike out, no double play, run in. Not a time at bat, but an RBI. And what's also good is that Trey Mancini able to tag up. And of course, KIERMAIER, the Gold Glover, knew that, okay, that's going to happen, but I don't want to allow Chris Davis to tag up and get to second. So the throw went into second base.
Hayes gets his 6th RBI, and this is 13th game as an Oriole. Pedro Alvarez in the lineup, batting 8th. He's the DH. Alvarez has had a home run off Cobb, 1 for 2 against him. Alvarez will take the pitch for a strike. So 1 down. Mancini's at third. Davis at first base. Orioles put a run up on the board, make it 4-1, and Cobb does not have that clean inning after your team is giving you some runs. Caleb Joseph is waiting on deck. Cobb with the 0-1. Alvarez down to first and foul, gets ahead of him 0-2.
Yeah, the good hook, back-to-back curveballs. The second one even better than the first one. Well, that's a book on Pedro. 22 home runs last year. What, hit 28 down at AAA. Norfolk this year. You know, try to get him off with the off-speed stuff. If you're going to throw him a fastball, try to go in these counts up out of the zone. Pretty good numbers against the Rays in 16 games.
0-2 count. And a breaking ball is going to get away, and Mancini will score. No play at the plate. And down to second base goes Davis. And the Orioles cut the lead in half, 4-2.
Well, it'll be scored a wild pitch. It's a hook. You can see the knuckle curveball. Not an easy play out in front of the plate. You'd like to stay below this skid, and he's not able to do it. And there's your second run. So the Orioles have that 4-0 deficit on Wilson Ramos's grand slam, and you get a runner in scoring position. A couple of shots to get him in.
Cobb's 7th wild pitch of the year, scores the run. 1 ball 2 strike count on Alvarez. Chris Davis off second base. Long set and a swing and a miss on a 93 up and away. Second strikeout for Cobb. So runner at second with 2 down, and that'll bring up Caleb Joseph. Caleb has had good success against Cobb, going 5 for 12. He's got an opportunity to pick up an RBI with 2 down. Chris Davis, of course, will be taking off on contact. Caleb this year has now upped his average to .291 with runners in scoring position. And Cobb asking for Ramos to come out and have a word with him.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for Chris to get a big lead because Daniel Robinson has moved right in behind him because the shift's on. So any routine ground ball to second base is going to go right into right field.
Caleb did not have an at-bat in the Orioles win in the opener last night. Shift on against him in the infield. Goes after the first pitch and will foul it off. Talk about a turnaround season for Caleb. Last year with runners in scoring position, he hit .074.
Yeah, did not have an RBI. I mean, there's the number this year, 291. You're right about that. Even when he got a hit, Gary, it didn't score the run. I mean, at one point with bases loaded, you're working, with less than 2 outs, you're a man on third, you're rooting for a sacrifice fly, could not get it done.
0-1 count, a long look back at Chris Davis. Caleb will foul that one the other way. Really froze him at the plate on that long hold.
Well, Caleb was in looking at film, and he had the scouting report on Cobb. He's 91 to 93. We've seen 93 right there. He's able to run it up. The knuckle curveball, occasional splitter, so they all know that about him. But again, coming back from that Tommy John, the velocity a lot better this year in 2017 as he becomes a free agent when the season concludes than last year.
0-2 the count. Chris Davis walks his lead off at second base. 2-strike delivery by Cobb will be outside for a ball. And 1-2. Orioles have done a great job with 2 outs, runners in scoring position, and Joseph's been one of the reasons with a .296 average.
Yeah,
American League average is .235.
Ooh, boy, that tells you how hard it is. How about 301 runner in scoring position number for Alex Cobb? That is incredibly high for a pitcher of his caliber.
1 ball, 2-strike count. Trying to get Davis in. Cobb's delivery. Foul back again. They're fouling off a lot of pitches, forcing him to really work here. So 22 of that pitch count has come in this inning. Both pitchers, second innings, troublesome.
Well, pitch count shouldn't make a whole lot of difference as far as going to your bullpen. They only have 15 guys in Kevin Cash's bullpen. 15. Where they all sit. I guess we can probably check that out.
1-2 delivery is going to go towards third. Longoria with a scoop. He'll make the play over to first and record the out. The Orioles get a couple back. One on a wild pitch. The other sac fly by Hayes. 2 runs in the inning. 1 left on. 4-2 Rays. Sunday, the O's Rays 135. All fans 14 and under are going to get the Oriole Bird bobblehead toothbrush holder presented by United Concordia. Tickets start as low as $15 to get yours at Orioles.com. You will not, however, have the Jim Palmer toothbrush included.
Well, there you go. And then, of course, it'll come down a little bit lower, except this. I don't have a stylus. and I can't draw. That's a bad combination. But you can get the drift.
You got the idea.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm right. Exactly. I feel so inadequate sometimes.
We all do. Believe me, most of the time. Here's Evan Longoria, and he will take the pitch up high. The only Ray not to bat in the second inning. Longoria, Morrison, and Souza Jr.
Well, you know where he went. Mike went off to do NFL football. Our camera guy up here in the booth, and he took it with him, the stylus.
Ah.
Yeah.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, well, yes. I know I should take responsibility for it, but I will not.
Why not? Blame it on somebody else
Yes,
who's not
exactly.
here. And swing and a miss on a pitch down and in. 1 ball, 2 strike count from Ubaldo.
Help.
It's one of the rules of life.
What? What's that? Blame other people when
whenever you don't want to take responsibility, blame it on somebody, but make sure they're not here. 1-2 pitch on the way, and that one's going to be taken down low.
But I never let that get in my way. I mean,
even if they were here, you'd
yeah,
blame
right,
it on
exactly.
them. Okay, see, you're a strong man.
Yeah.
You're willing to take those risks.
Yeah.
Longoria grounded out his first time up. 2-2 delivery on the way, reaching, just kind of protecting on that swing, and he does foul it back.
Well, the home runs are down, and you know the hits are up, and you know leads his club with 156. I think that's one of the reasons he's willing to. Well, how did Chris Davis say it? Choke up and poke, you know, choke and poke and hit it the other way. I mean, it makes it tougher to get a guy out.
2-2 pitch on the way by Ubaldo, will be down low.
You know, and again, if you make a mistake, you speed up the bat. All of a sudden, he does become a home run threat. I don't care what park he plays in.
Evans having a real good finish. He's hit safely 11 of 13 against the Orioles this year. 290 in September. In the air to left field. Trey Mancini. Ball's carrying. Look at that thing go back. And goodbye home run. Thought that was going to be a rather routine fly ball to left field. And so did Mancini. And it just kept on going. And he delivers the long ball, and it's 5-2.
Well, we talked about the fact that he's willing to foul off the balls down and away and hope to get something better to hit, and he does. He gets a slider. And what's the slider do? It's about 83 versus 90-91. There it is. I mean, it's in the middle of the plate. Hits it on the end of the bat. But in this ballpark, and great effort by Mancini. That ball, he just couldn't get up that high. And that fan makes a terrific play. It's not like he went over the field of play. I mean, some people booed him, but that ball was
out.
You know, he gave, not on purpose, but he gave TREY every chance to try to catch that ball, and he made a gallant effort. 19
home runs, 83 RBIs. 21st home run he's hit in this ballpark in his career.
Well, that's a warning track fly ball in Tampa, the only pitcher's park in the American League East.
1-0 delivery into the shift. Jonathan Scope not going to be able to stop that one. That ball just hit too hard by Logan Morrison. So he was hit by a pitch his first time up, extracts a little revenge in his second time up by delivering the base hit.
Yeah, a little hanging slider, so home run for a hanging slider. There's another one, and it short hops. You know, John, he hit 2 balls on the nose last night, but with the shift and on the ground, they were outs.
Miguel Castro up in the bullpen for the second time.
Yeah, he's done a great job out of the bullpen. You would like to see him pitch a little bit deeper into the game, but been the man for all seasons. And
so 2 home runs in the ball game off Ubaldo. Morrison on at first base, and Souza Jr. coming up. He had a base hit in the second inning. He would come around to score on the Ramos grand slam. Runner off first base, check swing. Did not go around on it. Ball 1. For Evan Longoria picking up the home run. 38 of the home runs of the 39 he's hit against the Orioles have come as a third baseman. And that puts him right up there in the 63-year history of the Orioles, ahead of Alex Rodriguez in most home runs by a third baseman against the Orioles.
That's probably because of what A-Rod started his career at shortstop.
Yep.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way, fouled off the other way. Souvenir.
Well, speaking of home runs, career high for Steven Souza Jr. with 30.
So the Rays have reached their home run mark. Next one will be a new record for them. They've tied the club record, 216 homers in a year, set in 2016. 1-2 delivery on the way and a swing and a miss. Good one. That one fell off the table. Third strikeout for Jimenez.
Well, 174 strikeouts now by Souza, and again, you talked about it. You get ahead, and Kevin Cash, their manager, said if you get ahead and you make your pitches, we'll chase. That's what we do. You make mistakes, as we saw to Ramos and we saw to Longoria. We hit home runs. Storyline.
Yep.
Well written by the Rays manager Kevin Cash.
So a one-out situation for Dickerson. He had a base hit his first time up and scored. Morrison on at first base, one away. We're talking about the strikeout record. We've talked so much about the home run records. I find this even more incredible. Major League Baseball this year is going to break the strikeout record for most strikeouts in a season for the 10th consecutive year. 1-0 pitch on the way, and that'll be outside. We've talked about how the strikeouts just don't matter to players anymore, and it shows up now 10 consecutive seasons where every year the strikeout increases, and along with it the home runs increase.
Yeah, so when are they going to start devaluing home runs?
Yeah. 2-0 delivery on the way. Got a real. I was talking with Kevin Cash for the game. We got into that. We were just talking baseball a little bit, and Kevin says I don't see that changing. He says so long as players are going to be paid for hitting home runs, that's what they're going to try to do.
Oh, of course.
And he said you can't blame them. So until the basis of player pay changes, the game being what it is not going to change. And with the home runs comes the strikeouts, because Kevin and I were saying, I said, how difficult is it to get guys who want to do the hit and run, the mover runner up? And he, on the move and runner up, he said, we have had 2 that we remember against us, and that's been it. He says guys just are not going to surrender themselves for the ball club anymore to put a runner in scoring position. It's just not the nature of the beast.
Well, yeah, except if you play for the Rays, look at the stats, and the stats tell you you're last in offense.
Yeah,
that's last, 15th. Yeah.
And he said,
now you do play in a pitcher's park and all that, but that's that. Hey, look in the mirror and see what you are. And does that translate into wins?
And I'm not saying that negatively to the players, but do they care? If I'm going to hit a home run and get paid more money than moving a runner up, then I'm going to hit a home run.
Of course.
3-2 with the runner on first base, and that one will be foul back. And Buck was talking about that the other day. The same thing happens now. The minor leagues no longer are teaching moving guys up or sacrifice flies or doing things that help the ball club but don't show up in the individual stats necessarily or get paid for. So players in the minors coming up doing the same thing they want to do at the major league level, and that's hit home runs. 3-2 delivery, and that will be fouled off outside of first base. And Buck said the other day, said that's not going to change in my lifetime.
Well, unless you change it, and that's the bottom line. If you're a general manager, do you want guys that come up and know how to win and put and when you're not hitting home runs? I mean, you look at Tampa Bay, you look at the Orioles. Everybody says, hey, when they don't hit home runs, they're easy to pitch to. So what kind of guys do you want on your club?
Pops that one up. Third base. Manny backing up, called off. Good play. Ray Mancini was able to get underneath it and did. Runner back. 2 down. Well, we're talking about numbers. Here are the ones for the ballpark.
Yeah, well, there you go. And again, this is 15 teams, so batting average at Camden Yards. The Orioles are 4th, slugging percentage 4th, ERA 11th, actually much better than on the road. I have no idea how or why. And combined runs. Oh, I mean, that's both teams. So, again, they're 5th in home runs. Great place to hit home runs. No doubt about that.
3.24 a game hit here at this ballpark. 2 down, runner on at first base. Run in on the home run by Longoria leading off the inning. Wilson Ramos at the plate had the grand slam in the 2nd inning. Menace trying to work his way out of this and keep going in the game. He's a breaking ball, lost speed down and away. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count.
And I'm sure his intent, the 2-seam fastball that Wilson Ramos hit for the home run, is going to be a double play ball. Trying to get him to hit the ground ball. Big, strong guy who, again, coming off a major, you can see good numbers against the Orioles, but a major knee injury.
1-1 the count. And he'll fight that one back, provide the folks with another baseball to take home. Tied his season high this week in hits in the ball game. He had 3 in the ball game against Chicago. Played the Cubs in Tampa. 6th time he has done that. And all of the 3-hit ball games have come since August 15 for him. 1-2 pitch on the way. Shattered bat, base hit into left field. Took the end right off that, splintered it. So he's 2 for 2 in the ball game. Morrison goes down to second base.
Yeah, so grand slam, and then he's going to, a little firewood right here. Slider, a good pitch this time. You could, but again, batter splints because it's on the end of the bat. But the emergency hack, make contact swing. So there is some good news in trying to actually cut your swing down and make contact. Not for Ubaldo, because he made a good pitch and got a bad result.
Echeverria stands in. He will take the pitch up high. He flied out to center field his first time up. He has not had a hit in his last 12 at bats. Has a better average over the little longer span, 283 last 32 games. 1-0 pitch to him. Ubaldo will miss down low. Pitch count just rumbling up. Next one will be number 60. Already Tampa Bay's gone 2 for 4. Runners in scoring position. Cabrera's ready to Castro's ready to go as needed. And the pitch will be fouled back, 2-1. These two teams, different ends of the spectrum in these situations. The Orioles are back to number 1 as a team, hitting .289. Runners in scoring position. Tampa Bay is dead last in the league at .226.
Wow.
And that's close, but not close enough. 3-1.
Yeah, trying to make a good pitch and just missed.
No walks, 3 strikeouts with a couple of home runs and 7 hits. 3-1 delivery on the way. Echeverria goes up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Logan Morrison will make a turn and stay. No, he's coming through the stop sign. Relay, they got a runner trapped. The run will score, and the tag will be put on by Beckham. So Logan Morrison ran through the stop sign at third base. He scores because the ball was cut off. So Echeverria will be credited with an RBI single. See the stop sign. Oop. Took it down, kept right on running. Chris Davis, the cutoff. Orioles baseball on MASN is brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. Up the escalator to the seats. Rays 6-8-0. The Orioles 2-2-0. The crowd on hand here on this Friday night. Orioles going to play a Saturday night game here tomorrow, then conclude the home season on Sunday. Tomorrow night, Jeremy Hellickson against Jake Odorizzi. 6:30 O's Extra, 7 o'clock on MASN 2. Orioles have not announced the starter yet for Sunday. Chris Archer will be going for Tampa Bay. Here is Tim Beckham, top of the order. Strikeout victim his first time up. Bottom half of the third inning. Pitch will be on the outside corner for a strike. Orioles scoring on a wild pitch. Sac fly by Hayes. Coming in the second off Cobb. See if he can settle in. Did not have that efficient second inning pitchers like to have. 0-1 delivery. That'll be up high.
Hey, you don't like to give up runs, but if you do, then they get you 4. Then you give up 2. They get you 2 more. And now he goes out and tries to do what we always talk about: shut down inning.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery on the way. Ground ball to third. Fair ball. Longoria. Long throw and got him. Longoria going into foul territory, showing the arm off right there as he unloaded.
Yeah, and you don't always see this. Again, great quickness right there, sets his feet. A lot of times you just see a 3/4, and then of course Beckham's thinking I might have a single, and he throws him out. Nice play. Very, well, nothing like being on the mound and maybe potential doubles turned into an out.
Well, Beckham retired, 1 down. Manny Machado flied out to center field first time up. Manny's got a 4-game hit streak coming into this one. Take the pitch up high. Home run he got in the first inning of the ball game yesterday. Only the 4th home run he's had in the first inning. Ratio in the first for home runs about 34 at bats. Wow. Evan Longoria is not going to get that one. One third baseman by another. And Manny's on with a base hit.
Yeah, you could kill your third baseman with a hanging curveball. That's exactly what he does. We had a graphic last night. More hard hits balls by Manny Machado than any other hitter in baseball. And here's one of them. A BB, a rocket, hot corner, reflex corner, and can't get the glove. A little bit of the leather on it, but couldn't get the web.
He's smiling.
Yeah, Longoria goes, well, maybe Alex Scott really thinks I'm that good. I mean, I just made a great play, but hey, hit it the other way.
I guess his Manny said to him, I would have had that. Yeah. 1 down. Here's Jonathan Schoop using the shift here towards the end of the season against Jonathan. We didn't see that all year. So the spray charts obviously have changed a little bit, pulling the ball a little more.
Well, I just think he's tired. He played, and again, in a perfect world, Orioles would have not struggled after a great start, 22-10 start. Flaherty wouldn't have been hurt, and maybe you could match up. I mean, you're always going to play Schoop, but you got to rest him. I would imagine with an off day Monday. Now maybe he'll play against Archer, but hey, why not play Flaherty Sunday? Give him a day off, really 2 days off, and
swing and a miss on a ball down and away.
Because again, he hasn't. He's a great breaking ball hitter. I mean, you got to make the perfect breaking ball. That was a good one, but again, they're throwing the ball right by him, and they haven't done that all year.
Leads the Orioles in RBIs against the Rays this year. He's picked up 11, 4 home runs against them as well.
And he did it last year. I mean, he hit 181 in September. He was, I think, as the scout described it, swinging like he was swinging underwater. In other words, not a lot of bat speed.
1-2 count. Manny at first base. Hit hard and over the head of Longoria. No chance on that one. Dickerson will get it back in. So the Orioles again. After the Rays put a couple on the board, the Orioles get a couple on base with 1 away.
Yeah, so what's this hanging curveball? Well, again, it stays up. Nobody on this team, so it's a lot easier to get to that pitch than maybe a fastball up and in or the breaking ball down and away. Longoria with great vertical leap, just still can't catch it.
So the Orioles with 2 on. Machado goes down to second. Schoop goes to first. Offensive ball game early on for both teams. Adam Jones coming up. He singled and scored in the second inning. Orioles 0 for 2 in these situations right now. These hitters keep hitting the way they have started. We're going to have a lot of these opportunities.
Well, it is fireworks night, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Adam Jones has got the shift against him. Tire right side open. Pitch will be taken inside for a ball. Adam now with 8 hits and 33 at bats.
Yeah,
Cobb.
Gary, they play. I mean, Souza really plays Adam Judge shallow and right with a 4-run lead. You know, KIERMAIER is about as good a center fielder as is, so he can run him down. That's not the case. Souza doesn't run poorly for a big guy, but doesn't have the kind of range or the ability that KIERMAIER has in center.
1-0 delivery to Adam. That's going to be over his head too. That's a base hit. Dickerson's going to come up cleanly. They got to play at the plate. Ramos is there, and there's the tag, and he's out.
Yeah, you know, we saw Manny get thrown out, and right there, you got to know who's running. Bobby Dicker does a great job right here, but see, there's no jump. There was no secondary lead, and now I mean, all you got to do is make a decent throw, and he does. And he's out by what, 5, 6, 7 feet. And again, he gets the ball so quickly, and Cobb's going, thank you so much. I just made another bad pitch, and you bailed me out.
Runners move first and third here. Jonathan Schoop kept on going, so he gets third base.
Yeah, you got to understand. I mean, Brian Butterfield, who is the third base coach with the Red Sox, said, "Listen, you got to trust your runners to get good secondary leads." Mike Bordick talks about it all the time. He said because you cannot watch the outfielder, you cannot watch where the ball's going, and also watch the runner. Impossible. So you got to trust them. If you don't get a good jump, you get guys thrown out like that.
2 down, TREY MANCINI. So the Orioles have their 2 best hitters with runners in scoring position back to back here in the inning. Adam hitting .353 is 5th in the league. Mancini hitting .346 is 8th in the league. And he's got runners at first and third. Cobb with the 0-1 delivery to him. That'll be fouled off. Right-handers pulling the ball against Cobb. See TREY MANCINI's numbers. Now these are the numbers for this month.
Yeah, Mitch Haniger, who was hit in the face earlier, we saw him. He came back and played very well when the Orioles played the Mariners up in Seattle, and then they came down here. Nick Williams out of Philly, he was part of that Cole Hamels deal. Young player getting a chance to play.
2 down and 0-2 count. First and third occupied. The delivery on the way, and that'll be there for a strike. So Mancini is retired. Cobb gets the 3rd strikeout, and the Orioles, despite 3 hits in the inning, do not pick up a run and leave 2 on. Drive RAV4 Toyota. What drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Gary Thorne and Jim Palmer here on an offensive beginning to the ball game. 6-2 Rays lead it.
Yeah, so Baldo, after a nice performance up in New York, looking for win number 7. That will not happen. The grand slam by Wilson Ramos, the big blow. A couple of infield singles, and then a hit by batter, and then a 4-run home run. Miguel Castro comes on this Jiffy Lube pitching change, brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Stores now do brake services. Stop in and let Jiffy Lube perform a free brake inspection today. Really nice job. Did get the loss in the 10-8 loss in the 11th inning against the Red Sox earlier in the week. And but again, all in all, for a 22-year-old youngster, first really a lot of innings at the major league levels, acquitted himself very, very well.
First ball will be hit down towards third, short rather. Beckham with the play, and Robertson, who had a double his first time up, is retired on a pitch. For Miguel Castro, as he comes on in this game, this will be the 5th against Tampa Bay this year. Run on 5 hits, I'm sorry, in 6 2/3 innings. Tampa Bay's hit just .208 against him this year.
Well,
Top of the order, KIERMAIER.
Yeah, the ability to pitch into the late innings for Buck Showalter.
KIERMAIER rattles one into right field for a base hit. So they've come up swinging here. First 2 batters go after the first pitches they see. KIERMAIER's on 1 for 3. When the O's score, you score at McDonald's. The more the O's score, the more Chicken McNuggets you score. Download McDonald's app today. DUDA comes to the plate, facing Castro for the first time. DUDA has flied out and struck out. 9 hits on the board for the Rays. Orioles have 5. Pitch will be taken at the knees for a strike by DUDA. Castro, a lot of work since being acquired by the Orioles. With each outing where he got things done, relied on more the next time around. Came over on April 7 from Colorado to the Orioles minor league system, looking to be a starter next year. Recall from Bowie on June 30. Got a win against Cleveland, first outing in June.
Well, the amazing thing is, he had some shoulder problems, so he didn't pitch a lot for the Rockies last year, and he's pitched a lot this year in all circumstances. Not back-to-back days very often, but every other day, 2 2/3 innings. The third, I mean, it caught up a little bit early in September, but for a young kid, does have 3 pitches. Looks like he holds runners. I don't know if he's as athletic as Noah was last night, but he's really done a nice job.
1 ball, 2 strike count. The shift is on against DUDA at double play depth. 1-2 floater will miss, got away.
But I think Gary, I learned at this level, that first pitch that KIERMAIER hit into right field, it was 95. It wasn't a bad fastball. It was in the middle of the plate. So I think you find that major league hitters, the good ones, they hit those pitches. So if you move the ball around and they still hit them, then you got problems. But that's the thing you have to learn if you're going to take the next step to be a starter, because they're going to load up with lefties. They kind of did it against Baldo tonight, and they'll do that. I saw it with Doyle Alexander until he came up with a good changeup and a curveball, sinker, slider, second, third time through the order, much more hittable, and then one of the better pitchers in the American League when he made the adjustments.
Ground ball right into the shift, double play depth. That's why you're there. There's one relay to first. They get the double play. So you keep your second baseman in instead of putting him way out in right field. Jonathan Schoop right to him. They turn 2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. 6-2 Rays. It's the Friday Smile Day. Dominion National providing innovative high-value dental and vision benefits to area employers and individuals. Six-2 lead with the Rays on top. 9 hits already as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Cobb trying to continue a streak the Rays pitchers have going. Rays have held opponents to 3 runs or fewer 5 consecutive games now. Cobb has had people on base in this one, but has been able to hold the Orioles to the 2 runs through the first 3. Alex Cobb, 29-year-old right-hander, will work to Chris Davis. Davis will take a breaking ball for a strike. Chris drew a walk, the only one surrendered by Cobb. It was in the 2nd inning. Hayes and then Alvarez. The 0-1 delivery. Lifted to right field. Way back. And goodbye. Home run. Chris Davis delivers the long ball, leading off inning number 4, number 25.
Boy, when he makes contact, do they go? He can hit the highest home runs. This wasn't one of them because this was a bullet.
Cobb surrenders his 8th home run to a lefty, his 22nd overall. And Chris Davis, for our Maryland lottery contestant Deborah Autry, $500. So the Orioles, they've now had a home run in 10 consecutive games against Tampa Bay. That one high in the air towards Souza. Souza Jr. will put it away. Hayes retired.
Well, take a look. I mean, it's gone right here. I mean, it's a bullet. And right onto the flag court. So again, two-seamer trying to keep it in. It runs over the inside middle. And it's, and you can see, all you got to do is look at Alex Cobb's face. He goes, oh, another one. Know the feeling.
Chris Davis, his first home run off Cobb. One down is Alvarez, the DH. So the Orioles again cut into that lead and make it 6-3. Alvarez, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Caleb Joseph waiting on deck. Right-hander's 1-0 pitch, and it'll be taken down low. Cobb had given up, has given up. 3 starts prior to this, only 1 home run in those 3 games against Minnesota and 2 against Boston. 2-0 delivery, and that'll be fouled off the other way.
Yeah, one of those, and he was trying to beat the Red Sox for the 4th time. It was Mookie Betts who could hit home runs off of anybody. Tried to sneak a fastball by him, and so Jim Hickey, what, 11th year. Boy, he's done a nice job. He's had an array of really good starters and guys that have led the American League in saves in the bullpen.
Ground ball shifted over the shortstop. Echeverria's throw will be there in time. 2 down.
Well, take a look at pitch selection, and you know, he started out 4-5. He's 7-5 in his last 12 decisions, so not as many fastballs, and then all of a sudden, because he changes his spots, so to speak, less curveballs and maybe less splitters. So he's kind of mixed his stuff up, pitched better since really in the last 16 starts. First 12 he struggled. So again, a veteran pitcher, as you mentioned, is going to turn 30 in October. Yeah, backup hook.
Breaking ball that didn't. Caleb Joseph ducks away.
You try to get on top of it and you don't. And all it is you know, you throw it about 4 inches back than where you need to, and there's a good one.
That'll go to third. Cut off Longoria. His throw will be there in time. So a run on a hit, no errors, and nobody left. Chris Davis delivers the long ball, number 25, and the Orioles make it a 6-3 Rays lead. see for the achiever in you?
Well, high school pitcher. Boy, it's great to see a starter coming up through the minor leagues. That's how I started. And again, I mean, look at the a lot of strikeouts, not a lot of walks, which is certainly a good thing. And then after my first year in A-ball, he's doing exactly what I did. They sent me down to Clearwater, so you work on the things you need to help, whether it's fastball command or whatever. And so good luck, 4th round draft, getting off to a good start.
Chris Davis, the home run, and the Orioles getting one of those back to make it 6-3 as we go to the top of the 5th. Evan Longoria, 19th home run of the year, 3rd inning leading it off. As Ubaldo Jimenez gave up 2 homers, the grand slam to Ramos and the home run by Longoria. Grounded out his first time up. Morrison and Souza will follow. Castro on the mound. Faced only 3 in the 4th inning, getting a double play to take away a single. And a good slider down and away, and the count's 0-2. Longoria, .290 here in September, coming into this ball game. Now has hit in 12 of the last 14 played against the Orioles. 0-2 pitch. This season came in with a .308 average against the O's and had 11 RBIs. Now has 12 on the year against Baltimore. 1-2. Comebacker. Castro, the overhand flip.
It's kind of
more like a
shot put. Yep.
Gets the out. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. 1 down in the 5th. Logan Morrison has contributed with being hit by a pitch and scored in the 2nd, a single and scored in the 3rd inning. Longoria an RBI, Ramos 4 in the grand slam, Hechavarria RBI on a base hit. 1 down, shift full force here, and the pitch taken away for a ball.
Well, you talked about Miguel Castro eventually possibly becoming a starter. That's what he did for the Rockies 2014 and pitched very well. 8-3, had 15 starts, and he was only 19 years old at that point. Next year he was actually their closer in 2015 when the season started. And then they sent him down. I mean, did get 4 out of 6 saves, but they went with Osuna, who's still their closer. And then 2016 traded to the Rockies.
Pitch is going to be taken inside. 3-0 count. Scope way out there in right field. Statcast brought to you by the Chevy Silverado in your Baltimore area Chevy dealers. So a 3-0 count. See if Morrison will take here. Souza waiting on deck. He does, and it's away. So the first walk picked up by Tampa Bay tonight will come with 1 away here in the 5th inning. Morrison gets it. And Steven Souza Jr. is coming up. After Sunday's home game versus the Rays, Final Kids Run the Bases presented by Wise Markets. Watch your kids' big league dreams come true, ages 4 to 14 after the ball game Sunday. For tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-PERV. Souza base hit, has struck out. Scored a run, check swing. It's going to be in play. Manny Machado will get one. Scope, not in time. Ball just not hit hard enough to get it around.
Yeah, big guy that can really run, and they got him from the Nationals. He hit .350, 18 home runs, 75 RBIs, AAA for him, and but he also stole 26 bases. So again, you'd think check swing, you might not get out of the box, but you see him actually stagger his stride, and it didn't even slow him down.
Easily beating it out. Fielder's choice. 2 down. Souza on. Dickerson up. Corey Dickerson a base hit and a run scored in the 2nd inning, and he is flied out to left field. He's had a couple of home runs against the Orioles this season. 5 home runs total lifetime against the O's, and 4 of them hit here at Camden Yards. 2 down. Shift remains on. Miguel Castro's delivery to him and a wild cut, the helicopter finish. 0-1.
Well, it came out of the National League, talking about Corey Dickerson, and 2 straight years, hit over 300. Ankle problems in 2015. I couldn't believe how hard he swung last year. I mean, he just airs it out. As we mentioned last night, get a little bit quicker, lost about 20 pounds. And as you talked about, great start. And fans vote for the All-Star game, and then it's been a struggle ever since.
Two very different seasons for Corey Dickerson, before the All-Star break and after it. 0-1 count, 2 outs here. Castro trying to set him down, get the O's back to the plate. Pitch will miss down low. Skimmer. Orioles trying to get to the 500 mark, 74 and 80. To do so, they can only lose a game in the remaining ones. That's the mark left. They're 5.5 games out of the wild card spot. Mathematically not eliminated, but practically they are. Tampa Bay suffered last night. They lost a game in the wild card. They're now 5 out. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that one's going to be foul back. Boston gets to play interleague here in the final month, as the Orioles will do in Pittsburgh. Boston's got a 5-4 lead over Cincinnati midway through their ball game, and the Yankees are losing. Yankees are playing against Toronto in Toronto, and they are down to the Jays 4-1. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Red Sox 3-game lead coming in. Both Yankees and Red Sox were off yesterday, and they enter today's play each having won their last 3.
Yeah, I don't think the Jays, with 82 losses, 2 more than the Orioles, wouldn't like to move up a peg or 2. Certainly able to do that. You know, as you mentioned, Tampa Bay with 79 losses, Orioles with 80.
Yeah, the Orioles would rather not look down because Toronto's too close. Orioles 15 games out. Toronto 17.5 out. Only 2 in the loss column separate the Blue Jays and the Orioles. 1 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way, reaching foul.
But again, if you're not going to finish 500, and as you mentioned, if you finish 5th, you get a better draft choice. Not, 1 or 2 rungs. Not suggesting that they don't play hard, because they will, but maybe you'll look at it a little differently, who you pitch, and maybe you rest some guys or whatever.
Plans Buck Showalter saying to do that. Runner goes. Ball hit into the right field corner. This may score a run. Souza's going to be waved in. Hayes has to go way over to get it. It will be a double and an RBI made easy by the facts that the runner was in motion. So Corey Dickerson will pick up the RBI, and Tampa Bay gets a run right back, 7-3.
A lot of good pitches to hit tonight. Whether it's the Ramos grand slam, but this is a hanging slider. So again, it speeds the bat up, and he just whacks it into the corner. And as we told you, Souza, for a big guy, he hit 350 that year with 18 home runs at AAA. And again, he easily scores. Did lose his balance a little bit coming around third, but do a lot of things. And again, 30 home runs for the first time.
33 doubles. He's got 61 RBIs on the year. That's 10 hits put up by Tampa Bay. And a swing and a foul tip at the plate. Ramos the grand slam and a single.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the numbers. Dickerson came in at 3 for 36, and now he's what, 2 for 3. It's hard to, and when you're a talented guy, I mean, and have the kind of year he had, make the All-Star team, to continue that, especially when you get, and of course, what gets you out of that is if you get good pitches and you don't miss them, and they haven't.
That ball will be chopped to short. Beckham on the charge. Has plenty of time. Makes the flip over to Davis. Ramos is retired. But another run in as Dickerson gets the RBI double, 7-3. Baseball in hits since mid-August. He's got 55 and a .401 batting average over that time. The Twins now have that second wild card spot by 2.5 games, and the Indians just keep rolling. 27-1 since August 24. There have only been 2 other teams in Major League history who've won 27 of 28 in one season. The 1960 New York Giants and the '84 Providence Grays, who went on to win 28 out of 29 for the record. And the Pirate, Gifte Naope, he took the field in April, became the first African-born player to make the majors, and Major League Baseball's looking. They've hired 4 full-time staffers in South Africa and trained 10 scouts to scour the continent for players. That in foreignpolicy.com. As ABC used to say, spanning the globe.
That's right.
That's pretty interesting, though. Baseball is catching on there. It's obviously a big soccer continent.
Well, you remember, Sid Thrift and when Ewing Kauffman started Kansas City and when their expansion team, they had the Royal Academy, where they were trying to get gifted players, and a lot of African American players, and teach them baseball. Now, I think Frank White came out of that. UL Washington. Weren't a lot of players, but that was the premise.
Yep.
And again, it's not an easy. You look for skills, then you got to teach them the game.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
yep.
I'm sure that's what they'll be looking for, and then
they'll get to see that player in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
2 games.
Well, they love the Orioles in Pittsburgh. 71 and 79
yes.
World Series.
Oh yes.
7 games, great series, but they won both of them.
Pitch is going to be taken away. Tim Beckham. Orioles looking for base runners here against Cobb. He has walked 1, struck out 3. Orioles with the 3 runs off him. He's retired the side in order only once, and that was in the first inning. Orioles have 6 hits against him. Orioles have left 3, and 2 have been left on by Tampa Bay so far. That kick of the leg in the delivery, and that'll be a strike. Beckham is grounded out, struck out. He was robbed of a hit last time up. Evan Longoria made a fine play against him at third base.
Yeah, it's a very unusual windup, and it's all about deception. Jeremy Hellickson, who pitched for the Orioles tomorrow night, he came out of this organization. But again, it takes a lot of strength to do this. But again, it also allows you to kind of set and stay over the pitching rubber. So set right there, stop, and then drive. Well, there's a method to the madness, and he doesn't need to do it. That's the luxury of pitching with a windup. You can do it when nobody's on. You can take all the time you want. What was that number? 26.2 seconds between pitches.
Just barely beats the clock, which was used in the minors this year.
What is the
20?
20, yeah. No, he's over it.
Well, he's over that minor league clock.
Well, didn't they also do a study? I think Tampa Bay was saying if you wait 26 or 7 seconds, it's harder for muscle memory to be repeated if you're a hitter. I mean, there's something about that. And then again, I think over the course of a season on a staff, it can save you 10 or 12 runs. That's where the game has gone.
And going to go more there. The clock has worked as far as baseball is concerned in the minors, and there's going to be a real discussion about implementing it. 3-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to be fouled back. Beckham battling here. 3-2. Cobb has had a lot of deep counts. 6, 7, 8, 9 pitch at bats, crediting the Oriole hitters with doing that. So they've run the pitch count up and forced him to pitch in pressure at bats.
Yeah, normally he's right around, and it's high for him. But again, we had a bad first 12 games. We're not like the last 16. So he's at almost 16 pitches per inning, which is, 6 innings is only 96 pitches.
3-2 delivery on the way, and Beckham fights another one off right straight back.
Yeah, it's just you put a kind of a quantitative, but if you look at it, it's unless you're a sinker ball or whatever, it's easy to throw 15, 17 pitches. We used to count them and never thought much about them. If you threw 25 in the first inning, you'd go, so what? I got out of the first inning. How many runs did I give up? Those were the important things. Nowadays, it's almost like they built in this, hey, you can only throw 100, 110, and then you won't be any good.
Here's the 3-2 delivery on the way again. Beckham goes to right field, and a quality at bat there. On 9 pitches, He wins the battle, and the Orioles get the leadoff man on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Well, caption this. Check out @MASN Orioles on Instagram. Provide your best caption for this ugly photo. One lucky commenter will win a signed Chris Davis bat from Antwerpen Toyota. Follow @MASN Orioles on Instagram for more info and enter. Get in the game this season with a new Toyota from Antwerpen Toyota.
Do we have any
Just hear the
sampling?
people out there, can't you?
Yeah, do we have any sampling?
No, do we want any. You can keep them right over there. Don't say them in the air if you want to work again. Beckham on at first base, Mancini up.
Actually, I don't really remember what I said last night, but you guys are entirely too happy in that photo. It must be.
How can you be too happy?
But that's, well, good point.
Okay. 1-0 count.
But you look like you're too. You can't be, but you look like it.
Well, that's the secret. It can't be. Popped him up, headed to the seats, and that's where it'll go. No play on that one. Manny Machado, a base hit. He is flied out, got caught trying to score in the 3rd inning. Thrown out by Corey Dickerson.
Yeah, it's been a bad week for Manny. He got thrown out on that 1-0 loss on Tuesday night by Benintendi. And then again tonight.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Shift on against Manny. Robertson, second baseman, very near the bag. Nobody between first and second. Cobb with a twist and turn throw over, and Beckham back in.
Well, former teammates, and you're going just in case. You're down by 4 runs. You have nowhere to go. I mean, you can do it station by station, even though he's got very good speed, not base running speed. So again, they have a marginal lead. Don't want to get doubled off. And Cobb going, so I already picked off 5 guys this year. Maybe I can get a 6th. I think if I got picked off right now, if I was Tim Beckham, I'd kind of head for the grounds crew in right center. I would not go back to the dugout.
Just keep on going.
No, or maybe go sit in the stands. Or anybody. I'm not sure. He just happens to be on first. Yeah, you just don't want to get doubled up. You're down by 4.
1-1 delivery on the way, up and in by Cobb.
And if you're the Orioles, you just want to kind of somehow, and John Lowenstein used to say, ooze your way back into the game. And that's what good teams do. So, you know, maybe it's just get the bullpen up. Maybe it only takes a run here and, you know, or 1 or 2 in the next inning, and then just take your chances as the game progresses.
2-1 delivery on the way. Manny fouled off. Well, I saw Kevin Cash had a response to a big play in the ballgame first inning last night. Malek Smith had hit a double, got thrown out trying to steal third for no apparent reason, trying to do that. And Kevin Cash said today, those are the little things we've got to find how to eliminate and quick. So a little discussion took place, coaches and Malek Smith. A little over aggression, got caught.
Well, he was talking to the writer and he goes, I think we can all agree that was a really bad decision. You know, he even brought the writer in. Not that baseball writers don't know baseball.
2-2 in the air to right center field. Right fielder. Gonna get on the warning track. Ball carrying again. Souza gets it. Throw will come into second. Tagging up and moving over was Beckham. Long fly out, Manny Machado.
Well, it's kind of amazing because KIERMAIER, I mean, he's kind of the gold standard for center fielder. He's pointing to Souza all the way. You can see right here, he's pointing, it's yours, it's yours. And I'm sure they're communicating, and the ball just kind of dies. He runs it down, never takes his eyes off it, and they get the first out here in the 5th.
Good heads up play. The ball's actually coming back towards Souza, so he's got a better angle. KIERMAIER is going to require an extra step because the ball's going away from him.
Which he could do because nobody runs like him. I mean, he's like a sprinter in center field. But he just figured, okay.
Traffic cop there.
Yeah, exactly.
So Jonathan Schoop comes up. Only one away. Beckham on now at second. Schoop has single grounded out. Schoop is 5 for 20 with a home run off Cobb. And he'll foul that one off the other way. 1 down, so again the Orioles get a chance. Bring somebody home.
Yeah, you know, going back to that attempt after the ball fell in when Mancini didn't see it by Malik Smith, he said, well, I saw Manny off the base and didn't think he'd get back. Didn't think the catcher would make that good a throw. Well, it all happened. He got back. Wellington Castillo throws as well as any catcher in baseball this year. And all of a sudden, when you're struggling for runs, you just gave a guy an out. I mean, and you're already in scoring position.
That pretty well finished off the inning. 0-1 count. Beckham being held tight. Foul ball. Just missed.
Yep.
Busy
Over the
night.
bag,
Right-handed
yeah.
batters pulling both Cobb and the Orioles starter Jimenez when he was in there.
Well, we showed you the fact he throws so many curveballs, like 36% of them. And, you know, to righties, if you can't get them right on the corner, you know, what you want to do is have them break. But they hang inside middle. And we've seen a lot of balls to Longoria tonight because of that curveball.
Jonathan down on the count, 0-2. Still second in RBIs in the league with 105 to 112 for Nelson Cruz. Beckham off second base. Cobb with the 0-2 delivery. That one's down the line as well. That ball is foul.
Yeah, another ball that just doesn't have any finish to it. Very much like the base hit he got the last time. Just kind of hung up, and he's all over it. I think that's, you know, we talked about being the, you know, most valuable Oriole this year. For Jonathan Scoop, we saw it with Casilla, the 3-run home run he hit in San Francisco. The Orioles down 7-5 last year. You make a mistake with your breaking ball, he's as good as anybody in this lineup, or maybe better. And how about that number, 344 runner in scoring position? That's how you get over 100 RBIs.
9th best in the American League in these situations. Cobb with the 0-2 delivery to him will come inside. Leads the Orioles in hits. He and Adam Jones are 1-2. 174 for Jonathan. Jones has 165 coming into the ball game. Adam's going to make a run at him, though. Adam has added a couple hits in this game. Tied for 9th now with 167. 1-2. Beckham still out there at second base. Jonathan on the off speed. Play's got to be made. First base not occupied. Throw down by Ramos to Morrison. 2 down. All right, Coons.com, league leaders. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons.
Well, there you go. Best home record. I mean, the Red Sox, who lead the American League East, then the Yankees. You know, they're well ahead in the wild card. And how about the Indians? That's how it gives you an idea how well they play on the road. Same with the Astros. They're both like, what, 20, 21 games over 500 on the road. And the Orioles great at home and 19 games under 500. That's really the difference where the Orioles are in the standing. And on the road this year, an amazingly low number.
So here's Adam Jones, 2 singles. Base hit here will get a run in. Adam now 9 for 34. Lifetime off Cobb. Echeverria holding the runner. Beckham at second base, and Cobb staring back at him will step off. 2 down. Orioles down by a score of 7-3. Echeverria, second baseman. Robertson over there behind him now holding the bag. Echeverria's moved over with the shift on. Pitch on the way. Adam will take that inside.
Yeah, they kind of play. I mean, Longoria, he's also very deep. If the runner was on third, Longoria would not be playing in that depth because he knows very well that Adam Jones, if you give him a bunt, he'll take it. But here, he's not going to take it because he's got a chance to score the run with a base hit. That's what it's going to take.
1-0 delivery. Breaking ball on the inside corner. So the evens the count up. 1 ball and 1 strike on Jones. Ball game last night. The Orioles got all their runs in the first inning, 3 of them. Tampa Bay got only 1. That was in the 3rd. Now in this one, both teams piling them up.
Yeah, they scored more tonight on one swing. They did all last night with the grand slam by Ramos.
1 ball, 1 strike delivery. Adams started, holds up. Rays had 8 runs against the Cubs on Wednesday night. They have had 7 or more only twice in the month of September. Have they scored 7 or more runs? And they've got the 7 on the board here tonight.
Yeah, the fewest amount of runs in the major leagues the second half of the year, after really being good the first. Running 3 and really a run and a third less.
2 ball, 1 strike count with 2 down. Long time on the bases. Beckham had the leadoff base hit. Cobb, the 2-1 delivery. Adam chops it. There's Longoria again. He'll make the throw over, and that will do it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on at second. 5 complete. Oriole Park, Camden Yards. MECU, MECU, that helps a lot of citizens get college scholarships, providing personal and nonprofit support to youth. He is the city's first African-American fire chief. 1992, he became chief in the department for nearly 50 years. And our thanks to Fire Chief Williams, Herman Williams Jr., for the great work done there and with MECU. Castro back to work here, and the pitch taken down low for a ball. Echeverria followed by Robertson in the 9 spot, then KIERMAIER. Echeverria's had a base hit and an RBI and flied out to center field. And the pitch is taken for a ball. Dwyer, the lefty, up. Third inning being worked here by Miguel Castro. Jimenez going just 3, 6 runs, 8 hits, 2 home runs, didn't walk anybody, struck out 3. Castro, since coming on, has given up the 1 run on a couple of hits. 3-0 delivery taken. It's there for a strike.
A power arm with a lot of movement. And I think we saw, as I mentioned earlier, in early September, you could see the fatigue come in because the command left a little bit. But for a young kid, he's a strike thrower.
It's another one in there, and the count will go to 3-2. Full count delivery. Echeverria in a check swing right back to the mound. He didn't want to do that, and will be retired as a result. On away here in the 6th inning. Take a look at our This Date in Baseball, brought to you by the University of Maryland University College. 1911 Cy Young, 44 years old. He beat the Pirates 1-0. That would be his 511th and final major league victory, and then the award, of course, forever in his name. In '66, it was the Orioles clinching their first pennant on this date with a victory over the Kansas City A's moved on for the sweep against the Dodgers. Grabowski winning game 1, Jim Palmer game 2, Wally Bunker game 3, and Dave McNally game 4.
What a celebration. Go to your first World Series. I actually pitched the game in Kansas City. They got a complete game thanks to Russ Snyder. He made one of the great plays in the gap with 2 outs in the 9th inning. We had a great, kind of like a modern day bullpen. With Stu Miller and, Eddie Fisher. I mean, just, Drabo, Dick Hall, all those kind of guys. And somehow Rusty makes this dive and all of a sudden we go up that ramp. And
it's going to go into left field for a base hit. So 2 for 3 for Robertson.
And the old park in Kansas City, I mean, they used, Charlie Finley was the owner. They had the mule down the left field line. They had the sheep grazing in the right field line. But walking up those steps at Bucks come out knowing you're going to your first World Series, no division, no championship series. Quite a feeling.
And the pitching in that series was unbelievable. You guys allowed just 2 runs, 17 hits in 4 games in that World Series. So Castro done. Blair, the left-hander, coming on, 1 out. Most recently recognized as one of the top 2 happiest seaside towns in America by Coastal Living. Plan now. Visit Sarasota.com. Harry Thorne, Jim Palmer here, and threatening again to have an inning. The Rays.
Yeah, Richard Blyer comes on, and again, talk about a guy that's gotten a lot of work. He's pitched really well. They acquired him from the Yankees. He started in the minor leagues for the Yankees. He's also another guy that may go into the hat. You never know, as a potential starter if there's some openings.
It's going to be a real big hat next spring.
Well, it is. And
so the delivery to Kiermaier will be taken for a ball. Kiermaier has hit .250 off the lefties and .290 off righties this year,
with 4 of his 14 home runs. So
he's had a single, 1 for 3 in the ball game. Runner at first base, 1 out. Kiermaier will take Blyer's delivery down low.
Well, he was on the 60-day disable list, talking about Kevin Kiermaier with the fractured hip. And again, talk about an athletic guy. And
came off August 18 off the DL. Good pitch in by Blyer, fouled straight back, 2 ball 1 strike count.
Well, they pinch hit. They gave him the night off along with Hechavarria, and just his at bat against Brad Brock, even though it was in a situation where they had a chance to win the game, Brad got him out, fly ball to left. You could just see that he's swinging well.
2-1 delivery on the way and a little roller. Jonathan Scope, 1, no relay.
Yeah. It's all you're going to get. Just get the lead runner, and they did.
So 2 down. Fielder's choice runner on at first base, and the annual favorite is back. The 2018 Orioles Pet Calendar, presented by Pet ER, now on sale at Orioles.com/pet calendar, at the ballpark, and at the official team store in York. Proceeds benefit Barks, the Baltimore Animal Rescue and Care Shelter. Get yours early. Oriole infield shifts around against DUDA. DUDA's flied out, struck out, and is hit into a double play. 2 down. Runner on at first base. He's not had a hit in his last 20 at bats. Throw over, and the runner really right on the bag. There's the shift put on, the scope going way out there. No better time than now to see your Hyundai dealer for huge savings on all new Hyundai vehicles. Visit buyhyundai.com. Pitch, and DUDA will take that for a strike at the knees.
Well, home run guy that came over from the Mets. Yeah, as we mentioned, the most home runs since then. All kinds of injuries last year. Core wrist surgery after the season. 108 home runs for the Mets.
Oh, 2 count.
But struggling as of late. 2 for his last 31. 0 for his last, 21 now.
KIERMAIER held at first base by Davis. DUDA just a $181 off left-handers, and that's some 94 at bats. 234 off the righties.
Yeah, the luxury because he's the DH, and you got a 4-run lead. If you're Kevin Cash, you don't need to pinch it.
Runner goes. Swing and a miss on the off-speed delivery over the top. That'll get him. So Blyer comes on to get the strikeout. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. Rays up 7-3.
Geico highlights the Rays struggling for runs. Well, not anymore. 439 feet, grand slam by Ramos. Couple infield hits. Hit batter. So 4-0. Orioles trying to get back in the game. Dickerson with a great throw. Manny, you can see the lead not particularly significant. Gets thrown out at the plate. Rally squelched, and then one of the runs for the Orioles, the 25th home run by Chris Davis, a bomb to right field. And those are Geico highlights with the Rays leading 7-3. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Get down. Get down. Get back up. Breaking ball, a strike. Mancini, a base hit, run scored, came in on that wild pitch, and he'll be followed by Davis and Hayes. Bottom half of the 6th inning, Rays on top 7-3. They got that grand slam in the 2nd, and they've not looked back. Ground ball. Ow. Caught him on the leg, foot, knee, somewhere down there in the lower extremity.
It's just amazing. I did it once off Dean Champs and couldn't walk the next day. 2-seamer right off the somewhere in the ankle, and you could just see the facial expression. And they keep playing. That's the amazing thing.
Standing back in, taking that next pitch has always been one of the amazing things to me. Trey Mancini, 12-game hit streak, career high, extended it here in the ball game with a base hit his first time up. He'll take the breaking ball down and away. He's hitting over 330 during the stretch. Michael Givens up with a base hit. He is closing in on the all-time marks for the Orioles rookie hitters in hits. Kel's got the record, 158. Chopper towards second base. Robertson had played over there and will get the easy out. On Friday, September 29, join the Orioles Zone Rally Team presented by Budweiser from 5 to 7 p.m. at Wayward Southern Bar and Kitchen in Baltimore. Special guests include former Orioles pitcher Scotty McGregor and the Oriole Bird. For the complete rally info, go to Orioles.com/rallies. One down, nobody on, and that will bring up Chris Davis, a home run and a walk in the ball game. His delivery to him will be taken on the inside corner for a strike.
Yeah, well, the fastball was home run number 25.
Chris, last home run came on the 10th of this month at Cleveland. That was his last one prior to tonight, 25. So Chris has got an opportunity to advance up to that 30 home run mark. Most career home runs here, 10 behind Adam Jones. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Cobb is going to be a little low on that one.
Cobb does a little double take and says, was it low? Well, one outside, and most at least in my era, umpires didn't care. You just want to know, okay, was it off the corner, was it low? And it used to tell you. You could see a couple of innings where the pitch count got a lot higher by 6 or 7 than his norm, 23. Yeah, they only let him throw around 94 to 100 pitches.
2-1 delivery on the way to Davis. Off speed pitch in there for a strike. Chris came in hitting 138 month of September. That would be his lowest average for any month in his career. So he'll try and up that one up, and plenty of games still left to go with another week.
And he's been healthy.
Yep.
So that is unusual. You know, the oblique problem, and when the Orioles were in Chicago, missed a month. At that point, it looked like he was getting a little bit more into his swing.
2 ball, 2 strike count. Cobb to Davis the other way, and nobody there, and he's got himself a base hit. Dickerson will come over to get it. So a 2-hit ball game, 2 for 2 and a walk for Chris Davis.
Yeah, the home run's on a fastball. This is a hanging curveball, and watch him wait. I mean, great vantage point right here. You can see it's a very hittable pitch. You know, when he makes contact, Gary, I mean, you know, the batting average and balls in play, the league average is around 300. He's at 298 coming into tonight, and that went up. So when he makes contact, boy, he's a tough out. It's just, you know, 183, 140, 84, 200 strikeouts, whatever. Boy, it really it hurts your ability to do as much as you're capable of.
Here's Austin Hayes, picked up an RBI, second inning sac fly, and that one's down the line, a fair ball. Dickerson going over to get it. Davis will stop at second. So he continues. Hit the ball hard on with a base hit. He made a great turn at first base. I don't know if we'll see him here or not.
Yeah, but
that
you know,
one right off the bat and by Longoria.
Yeah, another curveball and then smacked. And again, you know, why is he playing there? Because of his ability to run and the bunt. You know, there you go.
He did a slide to stop. How about that? Don't see that very often.
No. Well, I saw that when Reggie joined our club. Reggie came flying about on second base and did a slide, and you know, one of the great broadcasters that, you know, in Oriole history, Chuck Thompson.
Yeah.
He goes, and Chuck didn't get on guys.
That's going to go to the backstop, and the runners are going to move up.
Yeah, they're getting up there. The bullpen is getting up in a hurry. Again, you could see a couple hanging curveballs, single and whatever, and then all of a sudden, Cechak, we saw him last night. He gets up throwing in a hurry, but when Reggie went into that slide, Chuck Thompson says, There's not enough mustard in the world to cover this hot dog, because again, it was a little bit of Reggie, but that's the way Reggie did. He wanted to stop, kind of did a slide, but he was also running hard, like Hayes.
2 in scoring position now. Pedro Alvarez 0 for 2. Orioles are 1 for 6 in these situations tonight. And boy, this is a big chance. Pick up a couple here, and the Orioles get to within 2 if Alvarez can deliver a base hit. He has struck out and grounded out. Davis a base hit, Hayes a base hit. Second wild pitch of the ball game by Cobb moves both of them up. He's got 8 on the year. There are Hayes and Davis. M&T Bank, understanding what's important. Alvarez 1-1. Infield back with 1 down. Alvarez will pop it up. Third base, Longoria over, and no play. So Cobb trying to work his way out of another jam. You said the Orioles base runners on every inning except the first. The Orioles have stranded 4 in the ball game, and 3 of those have been in scoring position tonight. The base hit here will really turn it around. Buck Showalter's ball club trying to get back into this. Kevin Cash's club with a lead early and maintaining it. 1-2. Cobb after a strikeout. Right back to the mound. Runners coming. He's got him trapped. Davis was going on contact. He'll chase him down. Put the tag on. I'll try to. There he does. So he gets the out. Advancing over to third base was Hayes. Fielder's choice goes to first. Alvarez. He was going on contact.
Yeah, nice little curveball this time, and then there's your comebacker. You don't want to give up a run him back. You fake it, he goes down, you miss him, but then you tag him. And meanwhile, because Pedro doesn't have great speed, he's not able to get to second.
And I think started out to see whether or not he was all right, and Cobb
but I think Alex said no, I don't want you coming out here. I'm all right. I got Caleb Joseph coming up. Of course, Caleb has other plans, and I'd like to see that. Certainly doesn't want to get out of there.
So Caleb, the Orioles have had 2 outs recorded at the plate in this game. Manny Machado got thrown out third inning by Dickerson from left field trying to score. Now Davis takes off on contact on a comebacker, and Cobb able to chase him down for the out. First and third. Hayes on at third base. Alvarez on at first. Caleb Joseph over 2 ground balls to Longoria at third base. In the air, right center field, not deep. Everybody coming. Bermuda Triangle dive. Steven Souza Jr. The right fielder comes on to put it away, and the Orioles' chance ends right there. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 are left on base. Remains 7-3 Rays. Blue Jays are leading the Yankees 8-1 in the 8th inning. Aaron Judge got a home run in the 1st inning, the lead leader, and Ryan Goins got a grand slam, and he successfully pulled off a hidden ball trick tonight. He got Todd Frazier of the Yankees tagged out holding the baseball. Frazier thought he'd gone back to the pitcher. The Red Sox leading 5-4. They trailed 4-1 in that game. In the 7th now they lead the all-time series 9-1. And for Devers, Rafael Devers, the young third baseman, a home run in the 4th inning.
Yes, the hidden ball trick. Well, you know, he didn't fall for that when he was playing for in Little League, and he won the World Series championship in 1989 for Tom's River, New Jersey.
And that maybe is where he learned it.
Yeah.
Michael Gibbons on to pitch.
Yep. Again, you know, 17-3 since he's come with the Orioles. You know, the numbers have gone up a little bit in the last month. You know, a lot of. And this will be.
That'll be played the first. He's got it.
Former position player, so he really feels his position well.
7th inning, 1 down. Your breakout MLB season is on Nintendo Switch. RBI Baseball 2017, filled with fast-paced pick-up and play MLB action, packed with all your favorite players, teams, ballparks, and more. Get RBI Baseball today for Nintendo Switch. Learn more at rbigame.com. Blyer worked 2/3 of an inning at a strikeout. Miguel Castro 2 1/3 innings, gave up 1 run on 3 hits. And the pitch is taken for a ball. Logan Morrison up. Morrison, he has scored twice, once when hit by a pitch, once when he singled. He's been on base all 3 times. The other time with a walk in the 5th inning. Givens pitch to him, will be popped up third base side. Givens is the only one there.
Yeah, well,
and he'll go get it.
Manny says, be my guest. Long way from kind of on the grass, deep shortstop with the shift on. Yeah, so Chaz Rowe, former Oriole, former Yankee, and then Cishek came in last night and pitched well.
2 down here in the 7th. Steven Souza Jr. He too has contributed a single, fielder's choice, scored both times, and he also has struck out. Everybody in the lineup offensively except DUDA has had a chance scoring, getting on base, driving somebody in. Swing and a miss, 2 down. 0-1 count from Michael Givens.
Well, only 1 run for the Rays last night, and they did, you know, got in, probably got to bed about 4 o'clock. One of the few times they actually play a night game in Tampa. Usually play those Wednesday getaway games, but the Cubs were in town.
Taylor away.
Yeah. So Michael Gibbons, you know, he really, you know, again, because your starting pitching's not what you want, probably overused again, even though, so, what, 4 days off now, so maybe a little bit fresher.
0-2 count with 2 down. He'll foul that away. Gibbons out for the 5th time this year against the Rays. He's given up only 1 earned run, 3 total. And let me correct that, 2 runs on 5 hits. Gibbons has worked 5 2/3 innings against them. Has a 1-0 record this year, 2-1 lifetime. 0-2 pitch will be fouled same place. This is the junior battling here. Oh-2 will come for a 2nd time, and Gabe Morales down at first base on the check swing.
Yeah, quality 2-strike pitch, and this is what Gabe is looking at, and boy, big ball could have easily called him out. Michael goes, I would agree with you, Jim.
1-2. Givens delivered. That's 3 of them over there for the folks on that side of the ballpark. Michael Givens, 1-2 continues. 2 down. There's nobody on. The 7th inning. The ball game that has kind of quietly gone Tampa Bay's way. And he'll get him on that one. So Givens comes on, retires the side in order. 7th inning stretch time with the Rays up 7-3. Dealer for huge savings on all new Hyundai vehicles. Visit buyhyundai.com. Back here at Oriole Park, Camden Yards are raised 7-3 after the Orioles won last night. Gary Thorne, Jim Palmer. Jim has waited the entire season actually for this specific date, because on Sunday this is going to be given away, the toothbrush holder.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bobblehead too, and it's sturdy. It's not like it's flimsy or whatever. I mean, I'm not going to do my infomercial now, but you also get a toothbrush.
Wow.
And this toothbrush is a lot better than the one that I've been trying to draw for the last 3 or 4 nights on the telestrator.
I thought you'd done.
But I'm going to take
well.
this actually tomorrow when I get a chance, and I'm going to use this as my stylus.
As your stylus.
So there you go.
Okay, well,
Sunday.
there you go. That's Sunday.
Yes.
Yes. Baldo Jimenez, is that it for the Orioles?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you know, he may get a chance to pitch one more time, but you know, again, I mean, you know, he hits Morrison 2 ground balls at seeing eye, and then you make one mistake. And you know, again, what, 32 and 41 over the 4 years. You know, they took a risk. I think most people said, hey, 1 year maybe, whatever, but it took that to sign him. And you know, the first year was a struggle, didn't score a lot of runs, didn't pitch well. Second year actually pretty good, and then inconsistent. So you know, again, you just hope for guys like that to do well, because he's a terrific guy. But at the end of the day, $50 million is a lot of money, and you know, it just hasn't been what they wanted it to be.
So one of the decisions the Orioles will have to make on a lot of them regarding what the starting rotation is going to look like for next season. Orioles and Rays have turned this ball game over to the bullpen. Cobb is out.
Yeah, and you know, again, he's trying to win for the 12th time. He's going to be a free agent, so he will be on everybody's radar. And of course, as Buck Showalter will tell you, you know, there are 29 other teams that are looking for pitching. So again, so Cishek comes in, you know, sinker slider guy, you know, pitched well. He's been what, scoreless in 22 of the 23 games that he has pitched in since he was signed or actually traded over from the Mariners. And so again, a veteran guy, and we talked about it, but about 3 years ago he was a closer for the Marlins and did a terrific job.
So he will make his second appearance in as many nights. He worked an inning, the 7th inning in the ball game last night, retired the signed-in order. He's working the 7th inning here, getting the top of the order. Beckham a base hit. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Cishek's delivery will be in there for a strike. Orioles down by 4. They've been out hit in the ball game, 11-9. Both teams getting some chances here in this game. Breaking balls, and slurved that one in, and 76 miles an hour. 2 ball 1 strike count.
Well, when you bring somebody in, if you're the Orioles, you're always hope, even though he's pitched well, that he'll have a bad night. You know, maybe it'll be a leadoff walk. You know, maybe it'll be something to kind of get you back in the game. And of course, if you're Steve Cishek and you have the kind of experience and ability, he's saying, you know what, I can be aggressive. I got a 4-run lead. Last thing I want to do is walk anybody.
This bullpen's been outstanding. They have not yielded a run 8 of the last 10 games. 1.33 ERA in the last 12. 2 ball 2 strike delivery on the way, inside out foul ball. Beckham had to fight that off.
Well, their pitching as a whole, and you know, they're what, the 4th best pitching club in the American League, and you know what, the Oriole bullpen of what, 3.73, so they're 10 percentages of a run, but the starters 410 coming in, and the Orioles were a run and a half higher. There's a big difference there.
Cishek delivers and a base hit. Beckham puts one into left field. So the former Ray has a couple of hits in his first game against his former team, and the Orioles get the leadoff man on. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Orioles, may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Mama smiles, mama smiles. So the Orioles, again, a leadoff man on base. Adam Jones had a single, 2nd inning. The Orioles would get a couple of runs in a leadoff spot. Davis had a leadoff homer in the 4th inning. Now a leadoff single here by Beckham. He's done that twice. He led off the 5th inning with a single.
Well, yeah, it's funny when you have a guy that is your former teammate. You know what his strengths are. You know he's a high ball hitter, and both times, whether it's Alex Cog or his chance to win, the bullpen can hold it. They haven't been able to get where they can stay away from that high fastball.
Manny Machado will go after one coming in on him. Machado, he's had an interesting night. Couple of fly ball outs. One to left and a deep one to right field in the power alley. Had a single in the third inning and then got thrown out by Dickerson trying to score. The Orioles would not get a run in the third even though they had 3 singles. 0-2 count and does not stretch the strike zone. 1-2. Cishek's got that little mini Kimbrel look in. That pitch is going to be taken inside. He's not the complete vulture looking in, but almost. And a 2-ball 2-strike count. Kimbrel, of course, gives you the both wings up, arms down.
Yeah, well, this is similar, but he's much taller than Craig Kimbrel. He doesn't throw quite as hard either.
2-ball 2-strike delivery on the way, and a nasty pitch.
Yeah, I think Manny thought that he had it timed. I mean, you know, he had a good swing at the breaking ball 2 pitches ago, but this one just doesn't break as much as he thinks it is. I mean, watch it stay in. It's a backup sidearm slider, kind of a Darren O'Day variety, and he swings right through it.
Jonathan Schoop will come up a base hit. Schoop is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Beckham remains on at first base. And a swing and a miss again on that from the third base side delivery, dropping down on him. Schoop's gone 0 for 2 off Cishek. Oh, 1, not a big lead at first. Schoop, another breaking ball. It's going to come inside. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Cobb walked only 1, had the 4 strikeouts. 6-inning performance. 3.63 ERA, was 10th in the league coming in. Stayed right about there. That one back to the middle of the plate, and a 1-ball 2-strike count. Schoop will reach on the 1-2 pitch, and it'll be fouled away. Tim Beckham walks off a lead at first. 1-2 pitch. Tried to come back on the inside corner and missed.
Yeah, give you an idea of how hard it is for righties. They're hitting 152. Only given up 3 home runs. Righties have hit 1. But then again, to give you an idea how good he is, lefties have only hit 192. Done a great job for him.
2-2. Schoop reaching left field. Not a quick break. Dickerson's got time. Schoop is retired. Back to first base goes Beckham, and there are 2 down. Orioles baseball on MASN is brought to you by M&T Bank, understanding what's important, and by the University of Maryland Medical System. Be a part of something greater. Summer night this week has been warm evenings. Beautiful night for baseball again here at the ballpark, and back at it tomorrow night in this series. 6:30 O's extra. 7 o'clock the ball game. MASN 2. Jeremy Hellickson, Jake Odorizzi, and the pitch taken for a strike by Adam. Bird taking a break. 0-1. Right into the shift. Robertson. He'll make the play in a quick inning. Cishek comes on, leadoff single. Orioles can't move it around. 7 complete, 7-3 Rays. Miller Time brought to you by Miller Lite.
Well, a hits batter, a couple infield hits, and you're struggling for runs, and not anymore. Wilson Ramos, who didn't play last night, hits his 6th home run in the last 26th game. What a difference. 0-0 game is now 4-0. They take an early 4-0 lead.
7-3, a lot of hits, 21 combined. Rays with 11 of them. We go to the 8th inning. Corey Dickerson will lead it off. Ramos and then Hechavarria. 6, 7, 8. Dickerson a double in the 5th inning, would pick up an RBI, singled in the 2nd, and scored on the grand slam. Gibbons' delivery to him will be taken for a ball. So Dickerson in the first 2 games has picked up a couple of hits, 7 at bats.
Tommy Hunter has had a terrific year for the Rays, getting loose. Saw him last night get up a couple of times. Never got in the game.
1-0 delivery, and that one is going to miss down low as well. So Dickerson with a 2-0 count. Only had 2 walks in the ball game. Castro walked 1 and Cobb walked 1. Starter for Tampa Bay. Swing and a miss and a good pitch in. 2-1 on Dickerson.
Yeah, Michael Gibbons with exceptional velocity tonight. 4 days off. I mean, Dickerson, a good fastball hitter, knew it was coming and still couldn't get to it.
Dickerson 1 for 3. Lifetime off Michael Gibbons. Shift put on against the left-handed batter. And a chopper back to the mound. Gibbons snags it. Quick 360 and gets the out. Dickerson the first out here in the 8th. Ramos coming up, the grand slam in the 2nd inning. Has had a base hit and he is grounded out. So a 1 for 3 working behind the plate. 3 home runs against the Orioles this year and 9 RBIs. Gibbons' delivery to him will be outside. Fireworks night, 28,835. 2-8. 835 on hand here at Oriole Park. Ramos waiting on it. He'll loft that one the other way, right field. A lot of good wood that carries, and it will come off the top of the wall. Kind of died. He's going into second base and will pick up a double.
It's a home run.
It's gone. It did get above it. You get above the marker out there, and it's a home run. Orioles are going to argue that. Adam Jones is pointing into the dugout saying it didn't go over.
Yeah, we'll take a look right here. Now over the, yeah, that's not a home run. It's got to go over the that edge and onto the roof, and it doesn't do that.
Yep.
So they're going to reverse this. And again, just imagine you're an umpire, you're trying to run out there, trying to run on your toes so you don't jog up. I mean, it's a tough call. No demarcation of that edge. But again, just another, what, another inch?
Yep.
It's a home run.
Carries over that padding, and it would have been gone, and the umpires will take a look at this on the video.
Yeah, they should reverse that.
Yep.
So again, all-star team last year for Wilson Ramos, and then he hurts his knee, and quick recovery. It was almost like they made a trade because he came back and was able to play the second half. So again, you know, if there was a you know, a lot of walls, there's a yellow line. If it hits the wall, it's a home run. But that's not one of the ground rules here.
Needs to go over that padding. I think this should be fairly quick. Ramos is already in the dugout.
Go back and get your track shoes on. I think you're going to have to go back to second. Not by much.
No.
Quarter or half an inch.
Adam out there signaling no, no. He put his arms, see right there. No home run.
And Austin Hayes, who just came up from Double-A, he's going to get a little primer on the ground rules here. So now maybe they're going to rule that, but I don't know. That's the first time I've ever seen a ball actually hit there and then come back. They may say, you know what, it went over the lip of the cushioning. So it's either a double or a home run, and they're either 7-3 or 8-3. Yep. Second base. Yep.
Second base. No argument.
No.
He will get the double. It did not go over. So a double instead of a home run. Puts a runner at second base with one out here in the 8th inning. He was going for a 2-homer ball game, a grand slam and a solo shot.
Well, that would have been what, another total bases. He already has 7. It would have made it 9. Donnie Hart.
Echeverria comes up. RBI base hit. He is 1 for 3. Runner on at second. Echeverria will not hold up.
Yeah, good slider.
Morales with a call down there.
I love the facial expressions. You know, some guys they never even let it phase them. It's only the first strike. Other guys go, how can you do that?
Set up down and away by Caleb Joseph. Givens gets the pitch right where he wanted it, and it's 0-2.
He goes, well, I might as well have a full flail on that one. Another great slider from Michael Givens. If you're going to call a check swing, I'm just going to air it out here. I mean, I'm not even in the same zip code. And then something I worked on in batting practice, the bat throw.
On the back swing. 0-2 count. And that'll be outside. Orioles have had 6 chances with runners in scoring position in the ball game, and they've had only 1 hit. Or 1 for 8 for the Orioles. Tampa Bay is now 3 for 6.
Yeah, they came in at 226.
1 ball, 2 strike delivery on the way. Hetcher Rivera inside out. Hayes, runner not tagging, and Hayes will put it away. 2 down here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, I think Jonathan Scobie, he knows who's in right. He just kind of goes, I don't have to go out there. Yeah, a very active young rookie in right.
Robertson coming to the plate, a double single. He's grounded out. Big series so far. He's had 4 hits in 5 at bats. Only time they've gotten him was in the 4th inning when he grounded out. And Robertson will take the pitch for a strike. Daniel Robertson, last year, full year, AAA, hit .259 at Durham. It's only his 6th professional season. He is 23 years old. 0-1 pitch. That'll be in there for a strike.
Yeah, they list him at 5'11". He looks taller than that, and he looks bigger than 200 pounds. He had a shoulder problem early on, and we were down in Tampa back in July watching him hit. He's a big kid. 15 home runs in A-ball. Other than that, not a lot of at least home run power.
Givens, pitch delivered. It'll be down low. Selected originally Oakland A's. That's where Tampa Bay got him from. 5-player deal. 1 ball, 2 strike count, 2 away. Ramos with a double is on at second base. Outfield in 3-4 steps all the way around. That'll be fouled back over the screen.
Yeah, it's funny, every time you get a press guy, it seems like Boog Powell. I mean, not our Boog Powell, but Boog Powell's involved in a trade. We get to Oakland, he just gets traded from Seattle. How'd he get to Seattle? Well, he was traded from Tampa Bay. Boog gets around. Both Boogs get around.
Get your GPS out. 1-2 the count. 26 pitch coming by Givens, and it'll be down low. Don't want to throw many more than that in these late season appearances by Michael Givens. So they're trying to just nurse this through the inning.
And that's why you got Hart up for KIERMAIER in case Michael's not able to get Robertson, who doesn't seem like he wants to make a whole lot of outs in this series.
2-2 is right at Hayes. He's got it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Bottom of the 8th coming up. Jay Newman, President, General Manager, WJZ-TV here in Baltimore. He's retiring next week. Longest serving GM in the sports CBS group, 19 years in charge here in Baltimore. Completing his 34th year with CBS, his 44th in the television industry. He'll continue to be here in the Baltimore area, community he has served for nearly 2 decades. And we wish Jay all the best. Congratulations. Enjoy the retirement.
Yeah.
7-3 Rays on top.
And when you throw out the first pitch, always aim high. Tommy Hunter really done a nice job. He's retired. Get this, 21 of the last 22 batters. Again, very low ERA, and doesn't walk, never has walked a lot of guys. So he was a non-roster invitee. He joined the Orioles last year. They thought enough of him. He really pitched well, limited innings, 12 games. But again, he was on the postseason roster, and velocity has been in the mid 90s. And he's got the cutter, and he's got the curveball. He's got all the pitches, and he hadn't started this year, but I remember he was a starter when he first came up with the Rangers.
Tommy Hunter's delivery will be a strike taken. Borges has come on to play in left field. Corey Dickerson is out of there. Trey Mancini, base hit, 1 for 3, 12-game hit streak, couple of hits, 6 at bats in the first 2 games. Trey has hit .229, one of the lower averages he has against an opponent this season. .229 against the Rays on the year.
Yeah, one of the better pitching staff. So they have a plan, and for the most part,
go upstairs and get him.
So slider 97, and then right here he just goes right up the ladder. Boom. So now 20 at 99. So 22 of the last 23 batters retired by Tommy Hunter.
Against his former team, Tommy's 2-0 against the Orioles. They've hit him hard. And the appearances he's made, 20 in the 3rd innings, 10 runs on 18 hits against him, 5 walks, 15 strikeouts. Pitch will be taken inside. Alexis of Towson drive of the game. Chris Davis.
Yeah, I mean, number 25. Alex Cobb didn't make a whole lot of mistakes, even though he got a couple curveballs up. This was a fastball, and he smashes it.
And that one inside. Lexus of Towson, the area's #1 volume Lexus dealer, 7 straight years. Come see why at lexusoftowson.com. Tommy this year against the Orioles, 5th game, 1 run, 2 hits, 3 2/3 innings. He'll get that one in for a strike at 85, and 2-1 on Davis.
And what did Tommy Hunter and Chris Davis have in common? They were part of the Koji Uehara trade back in 2011, both coming from the Rangers to the Orioles.
Pitch on the way and foul back, 3rd base side.
And a big part, I mean, obviously Chris gets to play all the time, but Tommy had some terrific years for the Orioles.
Hunter's guaranteed himself another deal.
Yep.
Probably a 2-year deal somewhere. 2-2 delivery on the way, and Chris will foul it off. 97. Had him out in front of that one.
Well, yeah, I mean, the velocity is spiked, and I don't know if the radar guns or whatever, but all of a sudden at age 31, he's throwing harder than he ever did.
Two delivery,
yeah.
And Davis will go through it for a strike.
I mean, right there, that's 99. This is Boston Red Sox. This is what Joe Kelly, and this is what Kimbrel. This is what some of the guys that out of there. I mean, this is just here. Try to hit it, and you can't. Do it right by him.
Best ERA Tommy had came with the Orioles in his career. It was 2.81 in 2013. He's got a chance to best that, a real good chance, coming in with a 2.29 ERA. 2 down, nobody on. Breaking ball that will freeze Hayes. Sack fly and an RBI. Also has picked up a single, and he has flied out. So Austin Hayes at 303. Rays up 7-3, out hitting the Orioles 11-10 in the ball game. Hunter's delivery away. Cishek worked an inning, gave up 1 hit and had 1 strikeout. Pitcher of record, winning side right now, Alex Cobb. 3 runs, 9 hits over 6, 1 walk and 4 Ks. 1-1 by Hunter, will stay inside, and a 2-ball 1 strike count. Trying to retire the side in order. Donnie Hart's ready to pitch when KIERMAIER comes up in the 9th inning. 2-1 delivery, and that's going to be outside. A good eye by Hayes, gets ahead of the count 3-1. Three-one pitch, couldn't hold up on it.
Well, how about the movement? When he was here, Dom Cheedy was a pitching coach along with Dave Wallace. They taught him a two-seamer. Watch this ball move. So again, you know, fastball, they always said it was straight. He wasn't throwing 99 then. And, you know, throw the balls with the seams, get some grounders, you know, incorporate the slider, cutter, change up. I'm a different pitcher.
3-2 delivery on the way and got him to chase one way outside. So he strikes the side out. Tommy Hunter coming on here in the 8th inning, sets him down. Is brought to you by Southwest. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Here at Camden Yards, Orioles have been down throughout, and here in the 9th, trail it 7-3.
Yeah, Donnie Hart will come on, and you know, been up and down this year. Triple A Northrick trying to work on fastball command. End of the day, if you're left-handed, do you get the lefties out? You can see that is very much higher number than you would like because of inherited runners when you come in out of the bullpen. So working to lower that. Colomé, the closer, Boxberger.
Another closer.
Yeah, well, yeah, former closer. You know, he was injured early on, so he's come back and pitched well for him.
Jimmy Akabonis is up in the bullpen for the Orioles. KIERMAIER, DUDA, and LONGORIA due up top of the 9th inning. Rays trying to take game 2. They lost the opener 3-1, but they've put the offense on here with the 7 runs on 12 hits. KIERMAIER has had one of those. He's 1 for 4, and the breaking ball doesn't hit him.
Yeah, well,
1 pitch, 1 batter on.
Yeah, you bring him in to get the lefties out, and again, this is just a breaking ball. You don't know your release plate. It's hard when you know first pitch, and I don't know. He must have heard it. It's almost like home plate umpire Eric Cooper looked up at him to see if he was out. I don't know if
they're going to challenge this.
Yeah, I'm going. I don't think it hit him.
So Buck has challenged it. We'll go to New York.
I think KIERMAIER just so, and now take a look, and now he's turning away from it.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it did hit him. Yeah, but then Eric Cooper looks up at him like, did it hit you? See,
that's what.
Yeah.
So Gabe Morales is asking him, did it hit you? Of course it did. You could see the.
Well, I still remember one Sunday afternoon when Albert Bell played for the Orioles. Somebody hit him. He wouldn't. He didn't want to go to first. he was mad enough. He said, no, I want to hit. And the umpire said, no, you have to go to first. So
It's
Albert,
a rule.
Yeah, Albert went down. Yeah, that one, it looked like there was a little nick of a uniform. I think they should change the rule. As a former pitcher, I think they should change the rule. If it doesn't really hurt you, you got to stay there and hit.
That would be a subjective call.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's what we're into.
So he's on at first base, hit batter. Donnie Hart taking a few throws while he waits here.
Oh, Yagabonis is up for Longoria, who's on deck, and it's the last thing if you're Buck Showalter, you wanted Donnie Hart to plunk the first guy. You bring him in, faced a couple of lefties.
DUDA's had an 0 for 4 in the ball game. Still the only Ray starter who's not been involved in the offense. He is 0 for 7 here in the first 2 games of the series. He'll take that one and end the Ilford. That'll go in the gap. Adam Jones chasing it down. Adam gets a glove on it, but his momentum carried him all the way to the wall. Be no play at the plate. KIERMAIER scores. So a couple of pitches and they get a hit batter, a double, and a run in, and it is an 8-3 Rays lead.
Yeah, and DUDA, who was really struggling, he came in 0 for 17, 0 for 21, and you're wondering, I mean, that was a long way. And Adam Jones, I think he might have aggravated his hip reaching down and getting this on the full run. And so again, that's going to get Hart out of the game and may get Jones out of the game.
He's still trying to walk that off. The season-long trouble, ankle, knee, hip, and didn't look too good.
Job down there. He comes up for the 12th appearance. Oh, hard thrower, fastball, breaking ball.
Adam Jones going to stay in here in center field, trying to stretch that hip, move it around a little bit. It's been a factor all year, and the last month has really hurt him. That's why that momentum carried him, was that hip.
Yeah, and then again, it's hard to put the brakes on.
Yeah.
Because that's where, DUDA, I didn't think he had triple on mine, but you knew KIERMAIER with his speed is going to score anyway.
So here's Evan Longoria, runner on at second base. Longoria's had a home run, his 19th in the 3rd inning. He is 1 for 4 in the ball game, and he'll take the pitch inside. Another run added here in the 9th inning, and an 8-3 ball game. The Rays offense far and above anything they have put out here in the month of September. 1-0 pitch on the way. He started to go and did.
Yeah, because of the lack of offense until 2 nights ago when they beat the Cubs with 8 runs, and tonight They've only won 3 of the last 12 games. Pitching's been good. Bullpen's been good. Starters have been good. Run support. Very much like some of the Orioles games in September.
1-1 delivery on the way. Fair ball. Caleb up. Just got it there in time. That was close. Longoria charging down the line.
Well, the internal clock on baseball players, and you know, he took a look, and I don't think he assumed. He just knew with his arm. I mean, he's going to come out, and he's got to go a long way. But very quick. I call it off. Takes a look, and then boom. And just that internal clock. They have an idea of who's running and how much time they have, and hopefully you make the right decisions.
So a runner moves over to third base, and the intentional pass is going to be surrendered to Morrison.
Yeah, you
get rid of that left-handed batter and get Steven Souza Jr. coming up with runners at first and third.
Well, yeah. So you walk to the guy that's really struggling because you want to set up the double play to get to the guy that has 30 home runs, and actually he's having a good night tonight. Well, at least early on, got a base hit, part of that 4-run second inning.
He has scored twice, reaching on the single in the fielder's choice. Also has struck out twice. So Yacobonis has runners on at first and third, 1 down here in the 9th inning with a run in. DUDA the runner at third base. Morrison at first. Infield for a double play. Ball's popped up instead. Davis or Schoop. Jonathan wants it. So a big second out recorded right there.
Yeah, SOUZA goes, well, I just got a slider. Probably not something I really could drive, and I swung at it, and there goes an RBI opportunity.
First and third remain with 2 down. Borges is going to get his first at bat. Came on as a defensive replacement in left field. So Peter Borges, 2 down, 2 on. Yacobonis delivers to him down low. Joseph with a good stop. 5 home runs, 12 RBIs, 175 at bats for him. He's picked up some extra base hits along the way with the 5 homers, 2 triples, and 9 doubles.
Yeah, his distinction came up with the Angels was that when they decided after 9 Gold Gloves Torrey Hunter was going to move from center to right, he played that night. Yeah, Mike Swisher wrote his name into the lineup.
Strikes taken at the knees.
There's Brad Boxberger.
Not a save situation. Borges 1-1 in the 9th, 2 outs. Foul back and out of play. So Toronto beat the Yankees tonight 8-1 in Toronto. Tanaka gave up 7 runs on 6 hits in 5 2/3 innings for the Yankees.
Yeah, every time you think he's going to be another number 1 starter, he throws in a game like that.
Estrada another good outing. Run on 3 hits over 7.
Well, they just gave him a 1-year extension.
13 million. Check swing. Yacobonis doesn't get it. Scope's got to hurry and gets it there in time. Saves a run. Kevin Cash saying hang on a minute. Want to take a look at that on the video. Borges with outstanding speed.
Oh, he can fly. And Schoop can play second. Bang, bang.
And they'll let that one go. Run added. Orioles coming up down 8-3, bottom of the 9th inning. Fan Appreciation Weekend. Oriole players participating in the pregame Shirts Off Our Backs. The jersey ceremony presented by Snapple. O's present the jersey to some lucky fans. Fans return the jersey. Each player for the game has it, but fans going to get it back, autographed by the respective player once the season concludes. Fan Appreciation Weekend going on for all three of these games, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Here it is 8-3. Rays on top, and here's Boxberger.
Again, injured last year, 2 years ago, led the American League in saves with 41. Had all kinds of kind of core injuries last year. So early on, when he came back this year, also injured early on. In September, he's been pretty good. 1 earned run in 5 1/3 innings, but he did give up 5 earned runs in 7 2/3 at the end of August. So. The other guys are pitching so well, so he's kind of come down, either pitching in games with big leads like tonight or when they're behind. Fastball, curveball, really good changeup.
Alvarez, Joseph will have a pinch hitters. Castillo's come out in the on-deck circle. And a swing and a miss. Pedro Alvarez has had an 0 for 3. Well, the postseason may be getting a lot clearer here. Boston beat Cincinnati. Boston 5, Cincinnati 4. Yankees lost their ball game, so now the Red Sox have a 4-game lead for the division. Minnesota's won their game tonight, so the Twins in that second wild card spot could gain a game on the Angels in Texas. Angels are playing in Houston. 0-0 7th inning. Alvarez, a 1-ball 2-strike count. Porcello lasted just 4 for the Red Sox. 4 runs, 4 hits. Romano for Cincinnati, 4 innings, 5 runs, 5 hits. Starters not getting very far in that one. Minnesota beat Detroit 7-3.
Wow,
what an ugly ending for the Tigers.
Yeah. Well, Verlander is pitching for Houston tonight, I believe, and it's 0-0. Getting ready for the postseason.
Both the Angels and Texas are 2.5 behind Minnesota for the second wild card spot. Strike called, 1 down, 9th inning.
Yeah, there's a changeup. I thought the pitch before might have been a strike. Didn't get the call. This changeup, watch it move. Runs down, you give up on it, and again, it's right around the knees. I think Pedro Alvarez thought it was low.
Castillo will pinch hit for Caleb Joseph. Wellington Castillo, 1 down here in the 9th.
Well, it appears, even unless something really happened, the Yankees are going to have they're going to be the one of the wild card teams, and they'll probably play at least the Twins unless things change, and then whoever that team will probably get to play Cleveland. Good luck with that.
Boxberger's delivery will miss for a ball. Wellington Castillo. Seeing Caleb Joseph continue to take turns behind the plate. Castillo 92 ball games. Caleb Joseph's been at 86. Castillo 284, the 20 homers, 52 RBIs. Boxberger's got 1 down and a 1-ball 1-strike count with Beckham waiting on deck. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled back over the screen. We'll be right back with you for Game 3 tomorrow night. Jeremy Hellickson takes the mound against Jake Odorizzi. Our coverage on MASN 2 begins at 6:30 with O's Extra, presented by Southwest. Game coverage will be at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN. Aldo Jimenez will take the loss in this one. He will be 6-11. And Alex Cobb will be the winner. He's going to be 12-10. There'll be no save in the game. 2-ball 2-strike count on Castillo. This is going to even up the season series again. 7 games apiece for the Orioles and Tampa Bay. 2-ball 2-strike delivery, foul back again.
Well, you go back to 2015 before the injuries, and Boxberger, 41 saves to lead the American League. I still remember a game at Tampa. He comes in with the bases loaded and nobody hit the ball. His changeup is so good, and he's very deceptive. Sneaky fast at 94. And there's the changeup, and Wellington able to lay off.
3-ball, 2-strike count on Castillo. Orioles scored 2 in the second and 1 in the fourth, and they have been shut down since. 3-ball, 2-strike delivery, and it'll be taken for a walk. Only the second walk the Orioles have picked up in the ball game. So a runner on, and Beckham will come back to the plate. Beckham's had a 2 for 4. Last 2 at bats, he has picked up the singles. Shift is put on. Strike is taken. Beckham's got the whole right side of the infield open. Morrison will back up a little behind the runner, but stay close enough to hold him.
Yeah, their advanced metrics just say that when he hits the ground ball, we've seen him in a lot of line drives since he joined the Orioles to right. The ground balls, not so much.
Strike is in there.
Yeah, he gets a little cut fastball. And again, they try to go up the ladder, but they try to stay in. Very good ball, high ball hitter out over the plate.
Oh-2 delivery on the way in the dirt. Ramos with a stop on it. 1-ball, 2-strike count on Beckham. Fireworks to follow the ball game here tonight. Final fireworks display, final one of the year here at Oriole Park. And Boxberger records the out on the strikeout.
Yeah, the second of the night, 162nd of the year. A lot of punch outs. Good changeup. Really sells it well with the arm speed. Trying to wait, and just can't do it.
So the Orioles down to an out to work with. That's Manny Machado for the moment. He's got a 5-game hit streak. He extended it tonight with a base hit in the third inning, 1 for 4. He's had a couple of hits and 8 at bats. First 2 games here. Fouls the pitch by Boxberger back. Effective bullpen again for Tampa Bay. Cishek, Hunter, Boxberger. So far haven't given up any runs. All 3 were charged to Cobb, and unless the Orioles can score here using their final out in the 9th inning, Tampa Bay is going to continue their run, holding opponents to 3 runs or fewer. This will be the 6th consecutive game. And that's it. They indeed do it. Manny Machado goes down swinging, and Boxberger comes on and strikes the side out. And there's your final line, 8-13-0. The Orioles 3-10-0. And this 4-game set right now is evened up at 1 apiece. Game 3 coming up tomorrow. Jeremy Hellickson will take the mound against Jake Odorizzi. Our coverage on MASN 2 begins at 6:30 with those extra, presented by Southwest. Our game coverage will be at 7. This has been a MASN presentation. Tom and Rick, they're coming right up after this short break. Take a look back at the early runs in a big second inning and one big swing of the bat that helped shape this ball game. For Jim Palmer and all of our crew, have a great remainder of the evening. I'm Gary Thorne. Adieu, everybody.